our last adventure, we escaped from Kahlo. Had a little bit of an issue with Umram trying to go into this crystal cave. Fellow travelers having this gleam in their eye, also trying to go to the cave, but we ended up traveling south towards Verniana. During this time, Celine was able to do 2 separate bindings, using up the last of her spirits in a jar. One to give Umram a spectral leg after it being eaten off by the darn croaker, and another one to help stabilize Mightmouth's teeth after they kept falling out. And they now filled with these shadow puppet figures from what Celine had seen from Eloise and their partner. In the meantime, Sonnet was able to forage a cow to help supply us with some food. As we approach a bridge to get to Verniana, we see that it's missing. However, we were able to tell there were some like spectral footprints with Celine's sight. As we keep moving, we spot a farmer just kind of sat there, just kind of stood around, and we just kept passing by. With confusion, we ended up turning around, and Sonnet was able to meet this other spirit in a body, referring to themselves as Brother Ash, and enlisted Sonnet into this army of the forest preparing for a war against the river. And if X, you would like to take it from here.
Sure. Realizing that the farmer was not your average individual, but was in fact grown over and trapped within this puppeted body, we joined forces in an attempt to keep our own lives. Not wanting to speak at first and potentially give this creature a voice it should not have, we rejoined the rest of the party and encouraged everyone to join in this battle as well. An upcoming feud boiling over between the forest and the waters. Battle began, and we ended up enlisting the aid of the mountains as well. Rocks tumbling from above to help divert the path of the water and disrupt its attacks as we fought on the side of the trees. Eventually, the battle concluded enough that some of our party made our way across, Sonnet opting to stay and continue the fight. As it turned out, she was already one with the trees. The crew continued on with the cart, making their way to a massive opening in the mountain, the city of Verniana. I don't think I missed much there.
We also lost along the way. We did lose Aldrich. Each of you had someone to take with you out of this city, and unfortunately, not everybody's made it out. Augie did not make it, as Augie joined on the side of the mountain and was the last you all saw of Augie and Sonnet. They were in amongst the battle that was happening. And you all made your way through it, through the woods surrounding Verniana, and heading towards, hopefully, a new and safe home. But what is Verniana? It is I wrote it down. Verniana, Skygem's helm has a reputation of being a magical bastion, a place of surprising industry, but also of cooperation and coordination, not out of the kindness of everybody's hearts, but out of centuries of strife and earned peace. The city is split into, among the many districts and subsections of the city, there is two very clear sections of the city. There is the crest resting on top of the peak of Verniana herself, and the caverns, the dwarven city that rests, originally dwarven city, that rests beneath it. Scholars say they were founded around the same time. One came before the other. That was one of the many pieces that was earned, was they are simply Verniana. Imagine settling down atop a mountainous peak and enjoying and finding a cave and wandering through into the darkness below and finding an entire city. Or the opposite, a city tunneling up looking for ventilation, and suddenly your pickaxe breaks through into somebody's latrine. No one knows who was there first. Stories argue back and forth. For the folks of the city, it hardly matters. However, things that do matter to the people of this city is cooperation, is understanding that we are not above or below each other in anything other than elevation, above sea level. Below, in cavern, lies forges, mines, magma flows that keep this city functioning. There is an artificing college there where the finest minds and most delicate fingers work at advancing what can be done with steel. The first Warforged were constructed here, and several of them remain as advocates, teachers, citizens. You also find other races that are more accustomed to being underground. Drow, deep gnomes, Duragar, nor dwarves themselves. Several predominant families through the world can trace lineage or have family here. Above the cavern is the crest. This is the most visible part of the city and gives it its sort of defining silhouette, almost this ringed hat, a crown resting on top of the mountain Verniana. This is a place of trade, commerce, and the sky. Home to many folks that fly. This is where Kenku, Aarakocra, several dragons, and tieflings that don't necessarily want to be confined to walking. There are platforms scattered across the crown and across the crest of enchanters and other enchanters, astrologers, other magically inclined folks. And this is where the magical side of the artificing kicks in. This is your enchanters. Anything that may be too dangerous to do below is done up top, is done with the sky above you, rather than collapsing an entire mountain on top of your head. You do this outside. Connecting the two is one of Verniana's most interesting features. There is lava that is used for heat, for power, and for transportation. Stories change depending on who you hear it from. There's more blame assigned, but The main route between these two places, and one that is used by the Teamsters to move cargo up and down this mountain, is simply called the Flow. An upward gush of lava pouring hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet up to the landing platform that has been built for it. There is a portal at the top of this where the lava simply enters and disappears. And everyone is told, if you're taking the flows, you need to get off before that portal because no one knows where it goes. There have been many careless, foolish, and sleepy Teamsters and their crews that have been lost through that portal. But as we follow down past the lava that is boiling upwards, we find a very organized, gridded city laid out by minds that are shooting for longevity. This city has been here for a few hundred, 1,000 years or so. And as we continue to fall down into this, we begin to see companies and families living and trading and bartering with one another, or being loaded out of mine carts and sent to smelters to be broken down, turned into raw materials to be sent skyward. And as we move between these forges and these machine shops and these tinkerers, we move out of the brighter lit populated districts and move into a bit of the side streets, the parts of the city that they don't necessarily brag about, but are serviceable. And we find nestled in at a place called Barrows Lane, a very familiar looking funeral cart. We find here, well, we find Alistair? I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing the name correctly. We find Evan's character, Aldrich, sitting behind a desk, dressed in usual refinement, filling out some sort of legal tax documentation. Is anyone else in the office with Aldrich? No.
Nope.
No.
We find Aldrich alone. Where do we find any of you? It is mid-afternoon. It's hard to tell down here in the dark, but there are fine clocks in every room of anybody with money. So if you're in a room without a clock, there's probably a good reason for it. For additional context, those of you who had come in from out of town have joined in the steadily increasing throng of refugees escaping from Kahlo. You all have been here about 2 weeks. Long enough to find a place to settle in and call your own, but not long enough to be really warmly welcomed.
I am at work.
Where is work for you?
I am sat behind a desk, drudging the time away at the post office.
The post office. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Seated behind this desk is an Aarakocra, a little unusual to find down here. His name is Nin. He's about 6'1" when he's not hunched over, and were he to spread his wings, they would reach about 20 feet from end to end. He's got red ringed eyes, this rusty, kind of dusty, stained feathers. Typically a little hunched over, seems kind of worn down. He is based on a bearded vulture.
Don't look in the lunchbox.
It's best not to ask what's for lunch. He wears kind of baggy work pants and a modified waistcoat to best represent the postal service. In this part of the city, it is primarily the pneumatic tubes that send smaller packages from bottom to top. The further down you go, the more mechanical they are. The higher up, the more magic gets involved, helping to accelerate parcels through the system. Sometimes he is lucky enough to escape the desk and go find where there's a problem and fix it. Today, he has the great displeasure of being behind the desk, staring down Brill, who for the 1000th time is trying to send things that he should not be sending through the system.
Look, Nin, I'm just saying, it's a box for my friend. He's up in the crown. I got the tube right here. It's everything. Just don't look. Don't. It's fine.
You know what the saddest part of your story is?
That it's all true and you don't believe me.
That you have friends, quote unquote. He does these air quotes on it. If you had actual friends, I might take pity. But if you try one more time to send this through the tube, you're going in the lunchbox.
But I'm glad you mentioned it. I know it's a little late. You've probably been working through lunch. Hold on a second. Like, reaches into a variety of pockets. Brill always has something else. It's always a bag, a satchel. There's just a pile of stuff on Brill at any time. Starts rummaging through. It's like, I know I put it in here. Just hold on. I'll be
is
right back.
Pinching the bridge of the nose, but like kind of stroking along the top of the beak. Like, Brill, I'm done here.
No, I'm just wait. I'll be right back. Brill like goes out and leaves, and shoulder on the way back. The door is sort of opening up. Brill's just like, I'll be. Oh, sorry, and wanders off. And Nin, your newest coworker, one of the new refugees, Umram, according to the name tag, comes in with a courier messenger bag, stepping pretty lively for an elf with only one corporeal leg. It's weird only hearing the click of one foot hitting the stone. Sort of pop. Don't mind me.
Welcome back.
What
have you got today?
Sort of rummages around. Just a couple death announcements. So we'll be having some runners come through. A lot of letters trying to get out. Folks wanting to write to families that they're somewhere safe. I don't think the tubes go that far, but it's mostly a transfer job.
Yeah, that'd be the gliders. Well,
yeah.
Take it on back.
Yeah, it's you being a problem.
Forever and always.
Well, maybe not forever.
I can hope. Though anyway. I think I might escape this place before that time comes.
If you want to escape now, I can hold down the fort and run these tubes. You look, honestly, kind of over it.
Do I? Oh dear.
It's
here.
Most people would say
it's my best face on.
It's a little bit the beady eyes and the blood stain on your chest. kind of works for that.
It's not blood. Anyway, give me that. Reaches out for the different parcels, gonna start
Hands.
flicking through them pretty quickly. This is a very practiced thing. He's been here a while doing this. Just absentmindedly taking the info in, flipping through, making sure they're sorted properly. He's very efficient about this job.
You are seeing a lot of, as Umran was saying, it is a stack of letters for a few of the normal interstitials and regular postings, but there are a lot of them heading up to the various glider outposts to be shipped off with whatever trade caravans are leaving the crest to try and find their recipients.
Umram, you've never sent anything out. Not like this.
Umram's like in the middle of picking up the box that Brill left behind and like kind of tucking it behind. She was like,
nope, leave that. Put it in the trash. Get it out of here.
That's exactly where I was going to put it. Kind of like takes it half out of the bag to put in the trash.
How is that a lie?
So it was a partial lie. It wasn't going to be in the trash can directly in front of you.
I turned just dead onto Umram.
Anyway,
You should know better.
I do know better, and that's unfortunately part of the problem. No, I haven't sent anything because I don't know who I'd send something off to.
No one out there? No one around here? Nothing?
I don't know. And I spent too long running letters in Kahlo to just send something off on a wing and a prayer, if you'll forgive the expression.
There's a little bit of like an uncomfortable shift. Nin tends to keep his wings kind of bound just because these places tend to be very small for his wingspan.
Yes.
And he has knocked things over one too many times by accident, just kind of flailing the wings a little bit to want to deal with that. So instead he keeps them kind of strapped in.
Oh,
right.
As you're flipping through, you do catch a letter that actually has a true address. It is from the last name Silverwater, and it is truckling off to. Trying to remember what's that elven city that they're normally posted up in?
Atharni.
Yes, Atharni. Titled to the Silverwater household, but appears to be from another Silverwater that has found themselves here. Go ahead. If you want to learn more about the letter, let me know.
I would love to.
Go ahead. This will be controlled position, moderate effect. Go ahead and that sounds like studying to me.
That does sound like a study as well. So that's just 1d. Okay. That's a 4.
That's a 4.
Not too bad.
So, not entirely sure what the vibe is, but you are going to get, like, you're kind of spending more attention on this letter than Umram has seen you ever spend. And Umram, like any good courier, also knows the contents of the letters. Or rather, where they're coming from. And goes, yeah, like I said, just a bunch of... I'm not the kind of person to send out a obnoxious request without good reason. This letter with your study is written in fairly good paper, but with shoddy ink. ink that you're not necessarily familiar with, so something that was brought with them, and has the slanted, tight scrawl of being either angry or written whilst angry or written quickly. And judging from the indents you can feel through your fingers on the far side, angry is probably a better bet.
I don't suppose someone will be happy to receive this one. A little bit of a smile as
I'm
it
sure.
gets shipped off with everything else.
Folded up into the tubes running directly up to the crest, and particularly any of the glider Eries are larger, large enough that you could fit a severed head in there for no particular reason. You are able to,
it's properly posted.
as long as you putting a stamp on the forehead is not generally enough postage, but you are able to sort of bundle these letters, fold them in, lock it, and as you sort of turn the opposite ends of the tube, it ratchets shut, and then inscriptions of the location it's being sent from and the location it needs to go begin to glow. You are able to walk over, place it into its tube, close it, and release a handle, and high pressure steam from the magma that's boiling beneath your feet shoots this thing off into the tubes, and you see this blinking white and blue light streak up through the tubes until it is out of your building. Following that tube out of the building, down and around, we find a similar cluster of tubes where mail is being shot up through. And we find ourselves following these tubes to... Well, where do we find... It's a friend. We find a baby. There's a baby in the tube. Nobody paid the postage on the baby. And then we'll have to deal with that in a moment.
That the bear was a fantastic success.
Yes.
The child chose the bear, and the bear was amazing. So thank you, child.
Sorry about that. I actually wanted to, because I think this would be the perfect segue, because I like to believe that this letter is going to a destination where Kristoff already is. If there is a Silverwater residence house in this city that I would have heard of, I am currently outside of it.
This letter, sorry, for context, these letters are being sent up to the crest, the very top of the mountain, to be set, like distributed into gliders and set out as sort of mailed out. This is being written towards the Silverwater home.
Okay.
But came from an individual here. Yes.
I see.
I can also, Kristoff could be up working on the gliders if we want to follow that shot, or perhaps in the Artificing College and following a tube back down. Most, depending on where you want to be. Where do we find you?
Yes. So I am outside of, you mentioned the college?
Yes, there's an Artificing College. Yes.
Okay. Yep. I'm outside of that. I am in clothing that looks like an attempt was made to look nice, but the clothing itself is not very nice. It's like kind of put together from the best that Kristoff had. Same with his hair, and his nails are like somewhat clean, but you can still see dirt underneath them. And I'm just pacing back and forth in front of this college and muttering to myself, like practicing like an interview or a pitch that I'm trying to give to the people inside. I have created so many wonderful things. For you, could create anything that you want. No, that doesn't work. If you invest in me, no. If you are my benefactor, no. There are an infinite number of universes where I am braver, and I wish that I was living in one of those. I am just going to I'm going to go inside. And is there anybody nearby who looks like they run the place or know what they're doing?
Walking into this Artificer College, it is a very well constructed dwarven building of stone. There are some scaffolds for maintenance or upgrades and expansions to the place. It looks like it has had some substantial growth in the last century or two as technology has advanced. As you mosey up, pushing your way through these huge stone doors that take no effort to open, like incredible machinery and craftsmanship here. Sitting behind a very large stone desk is what looks like a newspaper being held up and read, and you can see the metal fingers holding it, and there's a faint sort of ticking sound from behind it. And as you sort of come forward, the page sort of folds down over the top, and you see a like security brimmed hat with the college's crest on it, and then a flat metallic face and a pair of purple eyes sort of poking out. Have you gotten this far in your attempt before?
I have gone to several locations of people. First, it was private benefactors where I was trying to reach out to them to invest in what I do. I've been turned down a lot, but that just means that I have gotten better at my pitch. I have not pitched to this place specifically, but I have so much practice. I'm so ready.
As the paper kind of clicks down and you see the eyes, you just hear, "Greetings and salutations. How may I help you?"
Hello. And there's like a little burst of flame that comes from my wrist from like a poorly put together just like two rocks scraping together that ignited something in my hand. I am an inventor. Yes.
As you like do that pop, the paper drops out of one hand and you hear, and there's a hand cannon pointed directly at your dome. And the eyes have shifted from purple to this deeper red, and goes, "Put that away."
Yes. Okay. And I'm gonna like put it, try to down my sleeve, but like it's kind of fighting me. I can do other things. You know, I made
State your intentions.
I want to be a student here. Can you do that for me?
Like the hand sort of like the hand lowers and you see incredibly intricate machinery clicking back together and reassembling into a hand. Go ahead and roll sway for me.
Is there a version of disadvantage?
So you're gonna roll sway. It's not disadvantage. Mm-hmm. The position will be risky. Because you did roll in with a little more showmanship than they're used to. This is a place of learning, not necessarily pyrotechnics.
So I did roll a 6. I wish that I rolled any other number, but I did roll a 6.
So with this 6 in the risky position, you do accomplish what you were setting out to do. And it's sort of that hand comes down, and you see the fingers sort of like clicking back together. Interesting. Most students submit paperwork. However,
I would prefer to make something. And I hold up my other hand, and there's like a little sling that comes out, and it looks like it would be made for holding cards, like if I was cheating at a card game. But there's like utensils and things, like an Inspector Gadget kind of shit, like built onto it. Again, kind of poorly constructed because of the material.
The guard holds out a hand. May I?
Yeah. I'm just gonna start pulling like random things out of my cloak and out of my pockets. There's a light with like a potato embedded in the bottom of it.
Okay.
Just like various utensils. There's like a kind of a thing like a spork. And I made a gun once that was really, really cool. You should have seen it. When I'm operating at full capacity, I'm great. I just need a lot has happened. And I just needed a shot. Just need a chance.
You are displaced, and that is why you are here. Correct?
Yes. I came from Callum.
Sort of looking at the array of devices.
But aren't we all a little displaced when you think about it?
No. I was constructed here, and here I remain.
Maybe not all of us, but, just kind of in a...
Sort of looking at it. You have grit and ingenuity. Why should the school take you over another student? What makes you better?
Many other people have been through what I have been through these last couple weeks, and not many of them made it here. Many stop. Many are stopped. Nothing stops me.
Go ahead and give me another sway. This is a... this will be sway at a risky position. If you would like another die, I have a devil's bargain for you.
Yes, please.
So
I will do
you
that,
can
'cause that
you
first
can.
roll.
I was gonna say you could always push yourself to add. You'll take 2 stress and add a die, or
Mhm.
I'll give you a devil's bargain for an extra die. If you get in, no matter what, if you get in or not, you will be watched. Because nothing stops me is a dangerous thing for a school to hear.
I will take that.
Okay. So we are at
That is
what's your
that is
sway?
a 6. That is I am even on. I have nothing additional going into my
Okay.
sway.
Fantastic.
But I did roll a 6 on that second dice.
Perfect. The eyes sort of still red, sort of do a quick once over, and then slowly sort of step back into purple. And the newspaper is folded up very crisply and neatly and set on the table. And the Warforged behind the desk stands up and says, "Welcome to the Academy. My name is Robbie. It is good to meet you." And the hand extends out for a handshake. that-
I go to.
Sorry.
I just go to reach his hand, and there's like more shit that comes out of my sleeve and falls out of my
Like
sleeve.
there's like a set of flowers that like pop out of your wrist. And Robbie just like, always full of surprises. I'm sure several of the professors will hate this. I, for one, think it is charming. And it's shaking hands, sort of crushing the flowers between the grip. It is firm but gentle. Your hand is not crushed under the mass, and we will jump away. Where do we jump to next? Who wants to go next?
So I'd imagine Celine and Might Mouth will be somewhere around the crest.
Okay.
Quick question before. Stress and trauma, are we leaving that as is?
You've had time to... did you have a trauma?
I had 1 trauma and 6 stress.
Okay. So stress will clear, because there's been some downtime to clear that.
Okay.
Your trauma... So we filled in a trauma. Which trauma did you mark? Or did we mark one?
I didn't have that saved.
Heard. Okay. So let's put a pin in that for now, just to keep the ball rolling. But
Yep. So we arrived 2 weeks ago. Aldrich was upset, losing his own friend. Celine tried to reach out as much as she could, saying, "You're not alone." However, since these 2 weeks, Aldrich has kind of been kept up in his office. And after now understanding Might Mouth with the spectral teeth, we're kind of buddy-buddy at this point. And Celine remembers that there was a previous Duerte that had left Kahlo, perhaps a decade ago. Did they end in Verniana? Maybe, maybe not. But we are a collector of jewelry, anything fancy, anything decorative, and would imagine it would probably be around the crest that we'd find them, either selling or enchanting.
Okay.
It was an older cousin named Dylon.
Okay. So are you and Might Mouth doing this exploring?
Oh yeah, Might Mouth and Celine are together as much as possible. If
How are you Are you disguising Might Mouth?
Yeah, at least the first few days, depending on the public reaction. Definitely like cloths, some rags, just to cover up. Pretending that Might Mouth is my like older grandmother hunched over.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna need. Fuck. I don't know what we're feeling for this. Let's. Yeah.
Do sway for disguise.
Sway, or if you're trying to find your cousin, give me a risky. So I will let you do a risky sway to try and charm people, or a desperate consort to find, like, to get in touch with your cousin, depending on how hard you want to push for that.
I'll do the risky sway.
Okay. Also, as a reminder, since this is if you take a desperate action, no matter the result, you get to mark XP in that category. Taking desperate actions does give you a little more push for it. Risky at moderate effect, desperate will be at a higher stage of effect. So you would have a little better. If you do the desperate thing, you can have more success.
Okay, we got a 4, a 5, and a 6.
Perfect. And that was for the sway.
That's for sway.
The bunch of the Kenku that are around in their little pedal-powered gyrocopters, since they cannot fly, they've taken back the sky the best way they can. Are happy to shuttle y'all around between the different platforms looking for this Duerte. Hearing some rumors, hearing some ideas of where they might have gone, you do find a couple people who you do find a winged dragonborn with this iridescent sort of blue scales to them. Roeth, who was actually close with Dylon, and Dylon left the crest about 3 years ago. Sold up the last of their things, had a couple of bags, said their goodbyes, and left. Off chasing change was all that they would say.
Chasing change? I'd imagine the finest jewelry should be around here. Well, with this constant magma flow.
Well, it's a little bit of both. Roeth is slightly older as far as dragons get. So there is a little bit of like a paler hue to the scales. Almost like a dog with a paler muzzle. But no, dude, Dylon was would take the stuff, the goods from down in the cavern, and they'd come up here, and incredible work with spirits and specters in those enchantments. And sort of pulls a locket holding a picture of another dragon, older male. They and I hold this, I can feel Orland's heartbeat, like we're still here. And I have Dylon to thank for that. And I said thank you 1,000 times, but I don't think it was enough. But no, Dylon just was looking for change of some kind. I'm not sure where or why they are missed, but if you have, if this is also your, sort of pointing to the two of you, your skill sets, there is space for you here. There is no one who could do anything like Dylon could.
It'd be wonderful if possible. I'm unfortunately out of all of my possessions as is. It was necessary after the leave from Kahlo.
There's unfortunately a lot of that happening now. There's more and more folks coming looking for kin or work up here. And I hear it's much worse down in the cavern than it is up here.
True, but that is where you can find the nicest possessions as well to create the enchantments. You can't do anything without the items itself.
The stock must be good.
Did he mention anywhere he was planning on going? Anything you would have left if one of us would have happened to have arrived? I mean, Duertes, we don't leave often enough, but he's not the first. I
looked through my things. There were a few letters that I've stashed away, but I couldn't. Memory being what it is, I'm not quite sure where. But I can look and see if there's any clues.
Of course.
And I'm going to start that as a 4-segment downtime clock. So during your downtime after the heists, you are able to come up here and talk to Roeth and help her find these and proceed move that bit forward. So we're starting the clock. That can happen during downtime. Anything else you would like to do, or do we want to jump down to our most recent party member?
No, feel free. At this point, it's whatever Mightmouth needs.
Fantastic. Mightmouth, at this point, chittering, kind of from cold, kind of from being close enough to the sun, still not much of an outdoorsy type. There has been an odd speaking habit being picked up by the Kenku of mimicking the teeth kind of clittering and clattering together. And it is caught on as a bit of a nervous tick among the Kenku if they're thinking.
Is this something I can pick up on? So I can understand Mightmouth. Do the Kenku have the same reverberations?
No, they're not picking up on like the deeper stuff. It is
tonal,
purely like it's the surface noise. If you've ever seen clips of like a lyrebird where they're mimicking a photography shutter, a chainsaw, like they're mimicking these noises perfectly with nothing of the intent or meaning behind them.
Okay.
It kind of just sounds like oddly enough a little bit like rain, or like a rain stick sort of clittering and clattering together. It's kind of just nonsense, but it is a little bit of a nervous tick. Sort of like an or an ah in the conversation. Just sounds like it's raining every once in a while up here. It's kind of weird. We try not to look too closely at it, but it is definitely spreading through the folks that you've met. Are you heading back down into Cavern for the end of your day? Or are you living up here in Crest?
I would live in Cavern, seeing as I'm not the most fit. I don't want any risk of falling, so I need to find my lair.
Got you. Yes. In Barrow's Way, that is a space for you all to live and hang out. That is your hideout, essentially, because that's where you have a space to park your car. But whether or not you stay there all the time, entirely your prerogative.
Mm-hmm.
So, find Tylon's letters. So, with that, as you sort of start making your way, down is kind of simple. Up, you take the flows if you can pay the Teamsters enough to hop on for high capacity stuff. On the sides, however, going down is very simple. It is a series of platforms that can hold 4 to 8 people, and they are simply lowered down, almost like a paternoster. They are just constantly descending, and then the platforms come back up the other side, whether or not they have people on them. It's usually more folks coming down than going up. So as Celine, you and Mike Mouth hop on, you have the platform to yourself as you ride down, seeing this bubbling, burbling flow of lava rising up next to you. Still a weird thing to get used to. And as you are about halfway down, you see this black shape, probably 200 feet long, 40 feet wide, wrapped entirely in steel, riding, sort of bobbing in the lava before being picked up on this flume and riding up. This is one of the silos. This is one of the crates that the Teamsters send goods up in. And you watch as it rises out of your line of sight, and hopefully made it to its destination. Otherwise, a few hundred tons of raw material has just been lost to the ether somewhere.
Mm.
But as we follow down, camera sort of picks up and pans out, falling further and faster down below the streets into a dingy basement. The sound of cheers, jeers, glasses hitting a table. And Torrit, what noise are you adding to the soundtrack today?
Oren is not fighting today. He is on the sidelines. He's probably 4, maybe 5 ales in. Just hands up, cheering, betting on the new guy. All his money pretty much on this new guy, hoping he can pay off one of his tabs. Is screaming the right, like he's trying to coach him from the sidelines. Use the right hook, use the left hook, dodge, use the shoulder to block. Like he's trying to yell to the guy. He's not hearing him, but he's trying to yell and coaching him like how he would do it in these fight pits. Yep. He's dressed up in suspenders, pants, almost like the Dwarven common wear. He has a white shirt with stripes up and down it, and he has no beard, which is weird for a dwarf, but he has a long mustache that curls up, and at his sides he has these large gauntlets that are tucked into these leather holsters, and then 2 pouches next to him, and he's just cheering, hit him, over and over. And then he's like coaching him, hit him.
Go ahead. Roll me command at a desperate position. If this works, command desperate position, because there's a lot of folks shouting. If he listens to you, he'll win because you know what you're doing. If he doesn't listen to you, or worse, here's a little bit of what you say, he'll get distracted and it's over for him.
All right.
So
since this is desperate, he gets to mark resolve as well, right?
You get to mark a point in resolve.
I rolled a 6, a 6, and a 3.
Double.
That is a critical success.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
goddamn, yeah, it was already in good position. Your wallet is on this fight. Your entire paycheck. This underdog. What race is this guy?
The underdog?
the guy you bet your money on. Why did you think he was going to win this?
He's a drow. Everyone underestimates the drow in these fights. They're skinny.
The drow.
Yeah, they're underestimated. He doesn't have a blade. He's just using his fists. So, also, I might know a little bit about what's happening in the background. Who's actually pulling this. So
you shout, just get it. Like, you're giving that instruction. What instruction do you give that wins the fight? What does your background information give you?
So I notice he keeps going in with a heavy right. I know, and this guy's faster. I know if you duck in and then use your shoulder to duck in and sweep up, you can clock him right with a left swing. So he does that, clock up, and left swing right into him.
You give the shout, watch the right, go up left, and the guy, the drow, sort of whips the hair back, and a little bit there's just like a top knot of that signature silver hair that kind of whips around, sees you, and you catch this wicked grin, and then looks back, ducks under, comes up with that left, catches first right in that pressure point on the elbow, or right in the armpit, drops the arm down, and then he goes to swing with the right again and just can't get anywhere with it. The drow just takes the arm, sort of pulls it back, and plants the foot on the back of the neck and drops this guy into the dirt. And just puts him down, has the arm back in almost like a submission pin. And the crowd goes ballistic when that happens. People are shouting, mad about how the fight's over. They wanted more blood, and the other guy in the pit, this other elf, just eating dirt on the ground, is trying to wiggle free, but you just keep watching him torque the arm back. And everyone's cheering. People are swapping won and lost money. And your bookie comes up to you, big heavy bag in his hand. Remind me what our bookie's name is.
Our bookie's name is Varric Griffin.
Varric comes over, tossing that coin purse in his hand, as if nothing was ever the problem, and he wasn't in a flop sweat behind the bar about 10 seconds ago. He goes, well, you did it again. It seems almost like you got a little luck on your side there.
It's more than luck, It's usually
I know, but I'm not going to tell them that. Luck holds up in a court of law as opposed to the shit we do.
Well, that doesn't help giving little pointers too. These amateurs are amateurs after all. So
yeah, but there's so much money riding on this fresh meat. They're all so hopeful. They still have all their teeth. I don't trust them.
The best is when they come in, and I kind of point to my own ears. When you don't have the ears, the cauliflower ears going. That's how you know the other one's a little fresh. So.
Yeah, well, I don't have that problem. And like, he's like, oh yeah, way to bring that up. Sort of turns the point that he's missing. He's like, come on, man. Like, Varric is missing the left ear.
They could probably do something about that at the crest.
Yeah, but like, this makes me look tough and tells people to fuck off, or they know. And then if I do anything else, then other people get mad if I get a replacement. Besides, it's expensive, and I got to spend my money other places.
So,
but
what's my next fight?
Well, here, walk with me.
All right.
Sort of walks over to a private booth. Torn, we got a problem.
We usually have problems, yeah.
You're winning too much. Right. And we can't make as much money off of dipshits like these. Because nobody knows who they are. People know who you are, and that's why no one wants to fucking fight you.
So, all I'm hearing is we gotta somehow train somebody dumb enough to come through, and then they fight me, and then we can win a bunch of money. I don't I don't see the issue.
People tend to say, "Oh, yeah, do you want to fight Facebreaker?" And that tends to put people a little on edge. And I can only hide that for so long, and then they definitely don't want to fight you because I haven't told them that you're the fucking Facebreaker.
Well, what are we going to do for money? Because these bets are good, but we still got to make some money to pay off Bonesaw, if you know what I mean.
Yes. Oh, I'm keenly aware that you need to pay off Bonesaw because he keeps sending people to my place, and I really wish he would stop.
Uh-huh.
This will buy me some time. It sort of pats the bag. Do you want all that for whatever you need it for? Or can I use some of this to get Bonesaw a couple days breathing?
Fine, give him some. Just to get him off our back.
Takes the bag, pulls out an already prepared smaller bag, and plops it on the table because thank God you've got some sense. All right. I know you were looking at fighting if people aren't going to fight you, I've been looking at animals, I've been looking at beasts that we can bring in for a different fight.
Sure.
Problem is storage. Problem is getting them in here without Teamsters or anybody getting up my ass about it. And thirdly, if you die, I feel like that's a bad investment. So I gotta find a beast wrangler to take care of the fucking things. It's
Merrick, listen, I'm not gonna die. All right, but can we just get can we get the arena involved? The arena owner?
You wanna go big league?
We could.
That might, and you kind of see a humming on it. Varric seems wobbly on it. He's not 100% sure. If you want to try and convince him,
I do.
Go ahead. What are you feeling? Do you want to consort? Do you want to sway?
I'm thinking more of a consort. Let's do consort.
What's your backup plan? What connections are you going to pull on for this?
To pull on to try to get some kind of beast in here to fight me, or maybe pulling someone else, like
swing for the arena.
Arena?
If you've got somebody at
my backup plans, I'm going to go gamble my money. So
you just got this one.
I know, but there's a good card table.
If you want to push for the arena, or you want to push for the beast, whichever one you're feeling.
Got it.
Which angle do you want to pursue hard?
I'm going to push the arena first.
Okay. What connections are you trying to use for that?
So since I've been winning a lot in the arena, I'm sure whoever runs this underground fighting arena would know my name by now. I would try to go to somebody who's their assistant, or if I could get an audience with that person to persuade that.
Okay. Yeah, I could see consort. I could see consort happening on that.
Okay. Let's do it.
So go ahead. Let's see what we get.
I rolled a 1 and a 5.
Oh, partial success. Okay. If you're gonna go talk to Lomond, you don't talking to Lomond straight up. You're just gonna get turned into mulch. They're gonna dump you. They're gonna dump you in the flow, and you'll ride the next silo up.
Rorik, I never thought I was going to go talk to him. I just grab his shoulder.
Oh, you want me to? Oh, okay. You want me to go take a ride up the flow? I understand. Fuck you.
You make money off of me fighting. This is your job's to go.
You think I make money off you? You know how much money I have to pay other people to not come break my face?
That's fair, but I'll stop those people. We'll make.
Look, okay. You want to talk to Loman?
Sure, yeah.
Loman doesn't do this shit for free. But I might have an in. Kind of pulls a little closer.
Mm-hmm.
Loman's got, the box seats in that fucking arena.
Yeah.
All the people that shouldn't be coming down there, shouldn't be hanging around this place. They want to sit somewhere private and comfortable. There's always a little extra floating around there. There's always stuff that needs to be gotten for that. High-end stuff, you know.
Mm.
I've heard that a local shipment of it hasn't made its way down from the crest yet. Now, I've put feelers out, and there's a couple new guys in town that I want you to meet. I think we can make something happen.
I'm
But
interested.
if you run this stuff down, hopefully no issues. That gets you in Lorman's good books a little bit, and we can have this conversation a little more formally.
Well, I am getting a little bored just gambling on the slots and the cards.
You know they're rigged. You know the slots are rigged.
But when you hit that jackpot, the feeling's the best thing ever. Best thing ever. I can't. It's like winning a fight.
And you already win fights. Anyway, let me go home, get a bath or some shit, and go to this address. And sort of writes down a quick address, slides it over to you.
I take it. I smell myself. I'm not even that bad. And
you're nose deaf. You've been down here for 2 days. You are nose deaf as hell.
Oh yeah. And I'll head out and make my way
to Barrows Lane.
to Barrows Lane.
To a recent little funeral shop that's been set up. And there's a name on that card that just says Aldrich.
Got it.
So, my friends, all of us making our way down through whatever means they so choose. Nin, you also... Nin, how do you get hooked into this job, I should ask? What's your
Sorry, you
in?
cut out for a second. What?
What's your in for this job? How do you get hooked up with this crew of hooligans?
I am someone who knows basically every inch of this mountain, inside
Okay.
and out. I know where all the mail goes.
Okay.
I have connections everywhere.
Fantastic.
I know what news is passing through that maybe some people don't want known.
Okay.
And I would
So
think that my networks would be very beneficial for
Yeah.
something like this.
I think you also get pinged by Varric, a low-level bookie who's not really committing crimes. His behavior's probably a little distasteful, but believe it or not, an honest bookie is a rare thing. And that might engender a little bit of more trust than you would expect. But when you are asked to help provide some veracity for a funeral delivery, I feel like that might spark your interest. And a fat purse is left along with that request.
So
enough
part of
to-
the request is going up top, isn't it?
Being near the top, but also a little. You might cross over depending on how
That's,
things go.
That's all I need.
But yeah,
An opportunity, an excuse to go crestward.
fantastic. So, the job, everybody. Christoph, is this your first time meeting back up with Salim
Yes.
and Aldrich together?
Yeah, so my thought was actually fresh off of getting accepted into this, and maybe there's a chance at a new life here, and I can think of everything that I left behind, and maybe it's okay that I leave those things behind. And I just start walking through the city, and I wind up at Barrows Lane, and I see this cart, and on it is this thing that I built in this other life that I just moments ago was content at putting behind me. And I look at it and I just go, shit. And I wander inside.
Incredible. Aldrich is sitting there, haunted behind the fucking eyes, but is excited to see you. Asks, gives you a brief rundown on everybody who made it, who didn't from the crew. Asks, well, how'd you survive getting out of that hellhole? We thought you got eaten by something.
Yeah. Well, I was kidnapped. The people, the kidnappers, they were really friendly. They gave me some food. They were great. They were really great. For a brief moment, I was like, yeah, my friends, my companions, my coworkers, whoever, whatever you guys are, I thought for sure that you were going to come rescue me. But then the city kind of went to shit and everything. So, I'm not upset. I get it. I understand that other things were going on. The people who had taken me, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Celestial Collective. They were affiliates or whatever. They wanted me to build them something that looks like what's on your cart. They had heard about what was going on with that. They wanted me to help them in this glorious revolution. Everything went to shit. I took off. I was out of there. Wound up with some refugees. I left to pee 3 minutes. I come back, all the refugees are dead. It was crazy. I wound up with another group of refugees. I'm working on their wheels to make sure the carts go faster. That group of wet refugees died. It was crazy, bandits. And then eventually I wound up here, and I've been looking for jobs and things to do. And I'm at the college now. Today was my first day. And then I wound up here.
You're off to all right. Well, hey, are you looking for, you got bills to pay. You looking for a job? Help pay for school?
Under one condition. If I get kidnapped again, you guys will at least make some attempt to find me.
You hear...
Wow, that's a long pause. You could just say yes.
Derek.
During this pause, you hear the bells jingle as the door opens. I knew I smelled oil and shame. What's going on? It's been so long.
Celine, nightmare-inducing as always. It is very good to see you.
The grandmother that has walked in with Celine is going... and gets very close to you. Just
is this one of yours? Is this one of the jar things that you keep that went wrong?
Yeah, you can call them. This is Mama. You can leave Mama alone. Mama's hungry.
All right. Come here, Mama. We'll cook something up in the back, and my mouth just totters off. Just very much just a pile of rags with weird backwards knees and constantly chattering.
I don't like that.
She'll be fine. It is nice to see you. I'm sure Aldrich told you. The others have left. I think they found their way, but it is nice to group up again.
They're okay though. Sonnet's okay. Everyone's safe.
Yeah, she decided to stay.
Was it because I wasn't here anymore?
I can't speak.
Carefully, Derek.
I always knew she was this way.
I will haunt you.
A brief interrupt. The door jingles again before we have to come up with an answer that's recorded for all eternity. And which one of you guys walks in? Nin or Torin?
I would have went back, cleaned up, and then went. I don't know the time frame that would take.
I'll be last.
Do you want to?
Yeah, I can go in then.
Okay, so Nin, you find the location you need to go. And
Torin.
inside,
Torn.
oh, sorry, yes. So Nin is last. Okay, so Torin, you find Barrows Lane. It's one of the it's one of the less well-developed haunts. There are a sizable refugee crew here as folks are finding any horizontal surface to sleep on.
As I go in, I notice the hearse, right? The makeshift monster truck hearse. I kind of just look at it because I'm used to more dwarven craftsmanship and everything living here all my life. I kind of just knock on it and I see it just falls apart. Like, huh. Okay.
It's wood, not stone. It's not quite as sturdy stuff. And it's not very mechanical. The weapon in the back, that's kind of you can catch an eye on. There's some fine metal craft and machinery there. There's more love put into that than there is into the wagon. But the wagon seems
it is mildly armored. I think that was a thing that happened.
Yes, we did armor that.
But
the PC you do
great.
as when you tap on it, part of the wood sort of crumbles away, but you do see like a sheet of steel that's sort of wedded between some of the boards. So you get the idea that this place and the people in it are more than you might expect.
All right. Interesting folk. I go up to the door and I look at the paper. I look at the door. All right, whatever. And I just kind of knock, shrug, knock. Hello.
So instead of the bells, you do hear knocking, and there is a bushy mustachioed dwarf standing outside, looking at a piece of paper and knocking. You see, like. Did you like fully clean up, or are you mostly just a new pair of clothes and some Axe body spray?
New pair of clothes, Axe body spray. Yeah.
Yeah, you smell the door through the door.
Yeah. That chocolate
but it
spray.
Oh man, what a specific scent memory that's now in there forever.
Yes.
All
right.
But you. This dwarf like looking at a piece of paper. You do see a pair of heavy steel gauntlets dangling from the belt as they are sort of looking at this.
Is it an Aldrich here? You gonna let me in? Knock, 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 knock.
Aldrich is in the back with Mama.
I'll go over. I'll open the door
guards?
with my cane.
No, you have to ask. You have to ask if it's the guards. They have to tell you.
I guess, yeah, this is my first time Aldrich usually. Are you guards?
Fuck no.
Hey, listen.
He's good then.
They said no.
He swore too. You can let him in, I think.
Yeah, I believe it. I'm going to open the door with the cane. Welcome to... How did he call this place? Aldrich's...
Blast.
We blast the site back there. That's where we bury him.
All right, thanks, lad. And I kind of like stiffly pat your or
don't call me that.
Ooh.
Oh,
ma'am,
Lass.
please,
ma'am, last, ma'am. Sorry about that. I get more polite, actually. I'm here to find an Aldrich. And I just hand you over the paper.
Okay. I didn't know about this one. He's cooking in the back. Let me go check. Speak freely with Kristoff here. He might show you a few props.
I do have one actually that I was working on. Do you want to see it? I'm telling Torin. So before I left, I was at the college today. It was my first day. They gave me some of the scrap metal that they've been working with, and check this out. DM, can I roll for tinkering? I want to just make like a little clockwork device. Like it's not actually a clock, but it's wound up, and there's a bunch of gears that are inside. They're kind of tucked into one another. It doesn't seem to have any discernible purpose, but it looks somewhat intricate given the little bit of time that I had to work on.
Sure. I'll give you controlled with what are you looking to have it do?
Yeah, so I want to wind it up, and as I wind it up, I want it to just lift and like hover in my air, like almost like a clockwork drone.
Okay.
Something that's really small
Yes.
and just kind of buzzes a little bit.
Cool. You haven't had a lot of time to work on it, so it'll be a risky position.
Yeah.
But yeah, risky tinker. Yeah, go for it.
So I have 3 in tinker. I can roll 3 dice.
3 dice. Yep.
Okay. I rolled a 1. I rolled a 3, and I rolled a 5.
Okay. So 5, partial success. It, like, you sort of ratchet it up, and it with this little tiny like screw motor or screw propeller like spinning up. Very reminiscent of the gliders up in the crest. Unfortunately, it does, and it starts to like wobble and teeter, and it does kind of poof, like it gets up above head height, and then the internal gears just like snag, and it just like it kind of grenades itself in a perfectly flat ring of gear shrapnel about 10 feet off the floor.
It's a prototype. It's a prototype.
I mean, if you wanted to, that would have been a good weapon. If you put some blades on there and you let it pop like that.
That's true. My thought was actually it's a design that I've been working on. You see that cart that was outside? I eventually want to make one of these that's big enough to carry that cart.
Oh no! Help!
I kind of look at you. I look at you just like sarcastically. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I mean, it won't explode when we're in it. I'll get that stuff figured out.
Huh.
You think I could do that, right?
Sure.
I can do it.
Right around now, I think.
Appreciate your support.
The window is blocked out as a large figure is walking by and stops. You kind of see the light around the door blocked out as well. There's just a very simple, like...
Are you the guards?
Are you...
That they don't have to answer that.
No, it's the law.
The door starts on its own, and this big head pops in. Beak first, bright eye, staring directly at whoever's closest.
Probably
Where
me.
is Aldrich?
Boring.
Well, I'm also waiting for this Aldrich. And I kind of just stare back at Kristoff.
I'm his best friend. He'll be here. Just give it some. I'm gonna slowly back away from those two in the direction that's the lead. I just got.
Is that honest? Like, do you fully believe that, or is that a lie?
I am lying. I feel like. Actually, if you want to, is there a version of an insight check? Can I like?
No.
So can you roll for that?
So Nin has a little trick.
A fun little thing.
Okay. So man, I don't know how detailed you want me to get, but basically, no, I don't believe it. I'm lying. I'm a little salty because I was abandoned by the people that I thought cared about me.
Inside Celine, you hear Aldrich says, "Celine, I know you're my best friend, but I got a job for everybody. Here, let's go get the gang together. Everyone should be here by now."
Yeah, you say I'm your best friend. I knew nothing about this. There's a mustachioed dwarf that just pounded inside. He said he's not a guard, but I can't trust anybody anymore.
You and Mama keep running around the city. Look, I'm trying to put down roots. Look, I'm sorry I haven't been great since Augie. It's fine. Look, let's try this job and we make some.
Hey, Aldrich. I'm just coming around the corner. Hey, there's a scary-looking bird person here, and also kind of an attractive-looking dwarf, like kind of in like I don't know, but I'm gonna look at Celine Dibs, and I'm just gonna walk back out to.
Don't.
Your best friend is back there. I take it.
Coming. Come on, let's go before Kristoff shits where he eats. And you are all met by Aldrich, who is an older gentleman, decked out in a sort of priestly but nondescript, the kind of clothing you would go, yeah, that person's a man of God. Which God? I don't know, because he's got 19 different religious icons sort of tucked away in different places to fit the vibe. But all of them are sort of out and loose a little bit right now as Aldrich comes into the room. And now we get into the job itself. We're only an hour and a half into the session. I swear Blades is usually much quicker about getting into things, but I wanted a little backstory here. So, for all of you, the owner and facilitator of the arena, as most folks in the underworld just simply call it that, Lomond, what's his first name here? Drav Loden, or Loman.
Can you drop that in chat, please?
Yes, I will do that. Owner, proprietor of the arena, has connections with most of the underground fights and rings. The arena is, of the places in the crime part of the city, it is sort of an institution that is not quite hallowed, but respected. If you are going to commit business on arena grounds, you will not only have to attend to whatever shit happens while you're there, but also they will bury you in the foundations like the last people who tried. We are here to have a good, clean, possibly rigged fight, and if you fuck around in my turf, there will be larger problems. It is tucked. The arena itself is tucked out on a disused lava tube, down a couple of fairly well-guarded and hidden passageways. There are allegedly secret ways in and out of this place, but Lomond hasn't made it clear to anybody other than employees about how to get there. You've all been recruited by Aldrich has been tagged in as a new arrival to town. And this is sort of a chance to get your foot in the door and change your standing from who the fuck are those guys to, oh, we like them, or oh, we hate them. Right now, you guys are new enough in town. This crew is new. There's not really a sense of who or what you are. The job here is make the run up to the crest. Meet a contact named Zamira, who has some goods that needed to be brought back down for a high-end client. Zamira has attempted to send these runs down before, but has been stopped for... Well, there have been attacks, there have been guard patrols, it's been awfully inconvenient, and so now a standalone crew is needed. Aldrich doesn't say this out loud, but all of you have brain cells to you. You're all being put on this job because you're all new. And any tie, there's no good, clear tie back to Lomond if this goes south. So, with that in mind, you guys have some time before the job itself. Is there any prep you would like to do? Any information you would like to gather about this job? On your character sheet, you should have a thing that says gather information in the bottom right-hand corner. For the questions that you are kind of looking to answer. If you have friends or a connection or want to say you know a guy to help gather some of that information, we can square that up. But I'll let each of you get one roll to try and gather some information to prep.
So one of my questions is how can I get them to X? So how can I get them to the crest? I think is my current preparation. I want to figure out a route there, and if I could stretch it to come back as well, that'd be awesome. But
So I guess important question. So for the actual score, there are 6 different plans. So we choose the type of plan that we are doing. Assault, deception, stealth, occult, social, or transport. I feel like transport is kind of straightforward.
feels like a bit of a given.
Carry cargo or people through danger. The detail you guys need to determine the route and the means. So if you are looking to determine the route, that would be one of the things, like, how do I get when you say them, do you mean your crew? Do you mean the
yeah, I
the
mean
enemy?
our crew. Like, how can I get the crew where we're trying to go up to the crest, potentially back, while avoiding known obstacles that have stopped this in the past?
You could. I'm trying to think if I have you roll beforehand for that. If you're looking for.
Could this be a consort, perhaps?
I can see consorting. Give me 30 seconds.
Furiously reading.
Are you going off of information that you previously have, or do you want to, like, go back and try and find a route that works for you?
I think I would probably.
Is this passive or active, I guess is my question.
I'd say probably passive.
Passive? Oh, you won't even need to roll. Generally, carts running up and down the sides that aren't riding up in a Teamster silo are smaller mom and pop operations, which might be why they're getting picked on, because they don't have bullies. You could go up as a mom and pop delivery, or and deal with bandits or whatever, and possible guard inspections. Or if you do follow the funerary rites, you could modify the wagon slightly to make it fit with some of the local customs. For the newcomers, and for Torin as well, Torin knows this, but this is information that the other newer members don't have. There is a tradition in this city as a sort of gesture of peace. Folks that are buried, that were born and raised and were significant members of the cavern part of the city, are taken up and given a sort of sky burial on the surface. And vice versa. Folks that live in the crest are brought down in these processions and then fed into the flow and are buried to sort of keep the peace and have a memoriam of these people, sort of connecting the whole city together. You could take this funeral procession up and back. It would pull a little less violent scrutiny, mostly because that's not, like, it's very hard to have the correct paperwork for that kind of job. So that would be free. If you want to try and get funerary documentation, that could be something you do either as a flashback or as a prep.
I'd do that as a prep.
Okay.
I think I would suggest this course. We have a convenient vehicle. All we would need to do is dress it up a little.
Okay.
Most folks would ignore it. It's not common for funerals to be interrupted.
We could put an actual body inside. I did meet someone earlier today who looked like they were teetering anyway. Mama?
The eye turns and focuses very much on you. Just very intense.
Mama has been through a lot. I think it might be best for Mama to maybe stay at the funeral home.
Wait, what's a mama?
Oh, you poor thing.
Usually that's a parent, I believe.
Yeah, but in this context.
My mama.
Okay.
Hulking.
The point that I was
That's
trying
a
to make.
lie.
Yeah, like the pile of rags like kind of shuffles around the corner and goes, "You rang."
It's all right. Please go eat. That's Mama. Go watch yourself.
And like takes just this massive like bird leg and just like just walks back the other way. When the jaw opens, it is cavernous. It is like a shark. Just like takes a huge ripping bite and then just like walks off, chewing on it.
Turns toward you, Celine. There is no need to lie.
How what would you possibly mean, Postmaster General?
Aldrich, do we have an approximate size of the goods that we are collecting? Are they small, large? Are they fragile? What can we know about them?
Large. The coffin is one of the internal coffins is going, or the smuggler bay is going to be used for the object. It is about one person sized. If we're going with the funeral plan, we will need a secondary thing to hide there. The coffin, if we're going to put something in the coffin, I don't think they'll look at it, but it is about one person sized.
But it's not a person, right?
As far as
it's okay if it is. We've done it before, but just
as far as I know, the note says object, so this can be airtight. It is actually fiddling with it to try and make it airtight, just in case.
And we are returning these goods to the arena.
Up and back.
Being delivered ultimately. Okay. It was mentioned that there are potentially secret ways in or out. Is that anything that we could learn about?
That's all rumors that I've picked up. Unless you, Kristoff, want to dig for that, you guys don't have that information. You could try and learn that as part of your like one downtime before the job activity.
Yeah, I think that might be mine. To figure out if there's somewhere safer that we can access instead of going to the arena directly. Way to.
Also, if you are going to dress this up like a funeral wagon, someone is going to have to spend some time fixing the wagon to make it look shipshape.
Oh, I should probably be that guy.
Could I talk to Gamorn?
Remind me who Gamorn is.
Gamorn is my purveyor.
Ooh, you're okay. Yes,
the tunnel rat.
Yeah, we can fiddle with your. You can. Are you looking for tunnels or are you doing paperwork?
Oh, I would propose paperwork to somebody and be like, "Good luck with that."
Okay, we can have Aldrich do the paperwork as a funeral.
He's a funeral guy.
Okay, so Aldrich will work on the paperwork. We've got Kristoff working on the wagon. Nin doing tunnels. And then Celine or Torin, what do you guys want to do to try and prep for this job?
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Fine.
So, question 4. You know what? Rock, paper, scissors. I'm just gonna guess.
How about I roll?
Torin, go. Torin, go.
Roll initiative.
Executive decision.
All right, I got it. So you mentioned that they try to get goods down before, and somebody kept doing a hit on it.
Yeah, they kept having to like turn back because of obstacles or stuff like that.
I want to do the who's the most dangerous here. I want to see if I can find the crew or people that are going to be actually a threat to us and see if I can figure out how they're hitting it and where they're hitting it.
Perfect. Who are you going to go bother for that?
I have a smuggler contact, and I also have the smuggler contact, I guess, would be the best one.
Okay. So yeah, you can go bother your smuggler friend.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Celine, what are you up to?
It's a question. Or have there been any issues with the hole in my chest after being stabbed by Brother Ash?
Oh.
Wow, my notes are garbage at that. I should have absolutely remembered that. Are you keeping it covered, or are you keeping it sort of as is?
You covered with clothing, but
Yeah.
I mean, inspecting it frequently.
As of right now, no. It has not changed, which is disconcerting in its own way because you have changed over the last couple of weeks, but this hole has not.
So as sorry,
I was gonna say it was rooted, right? Something like that.
Like there were like roots and things in there. Nothing. Those have not changed, and you haven't felt any change about it.
yeah, it's like no bleeding or anything. It was just the roots. So traveling through with Might Mouth, I am also, for my question, what echoes are in this ghost field that I can spot? Ones that are kind of like willing to possibly help out? Because I know you mentioned there's Cavern and the Crest.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a tune for me. We'll attune for ghosts.
That's a 3 and a 6.
A 3 and a 6, incredible. So it's kind of with this plan in place of running this cart up one of the main paths with the funerary stuff, we're going to work on our paperwork and do our other things. So starting with Celine walking the ghost field, sort of opening your eyes to everything, opening your senses, and with Might Mouth sort of trudging along. These roads are fairly empty. A lot of the ways, you're not going the whole way up because that's a long fucking way to walk and you don't have that kind of time. But around you, you are seeing glimpses of souls still walking, still trying to complete their journey. You see them walking through, turning and taking paths that no longer exist because they've been sealed and walled up as a dead end, or there is a pile of rubble that has collapsed. There are faint, if you counted every single faint remain of a soul here, there would be thousands on these journeys that have not made it. And you hear rumors among folks that they were taken, that Verniana called them home. The mountain themselves claimed them. There are some, as you get further from the city, there are fewer spots where there are souls that are almost pinned to the ground by rubble or knife wounds or anything. Bandit attacks are not particularly common, especially this far south, or this far underground. But if you are willing to take some stress, you can finish that whole run before the job. If you take 2 stress, I'll let you get the whole route.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So you push on. Okay. Working your way up, you do find one of the attack sites. Less so because of the ghosts, but because of the, bloodstains. There are still remains here. There are still dark patches of cold where souls left their corporeal forms. Where the bodies went, someone's got a really good idea. But these are sites of sudden planned violence, about equidistant. Once you get like halfway, there's a denser block of these attacks, and then leading further up, the souls that are here don't know, are all confused from where the attacks were coming from. You're seeing people whipping their heads around, hearing noises, and then falling. The dangerous part, if you can get your illicit goods out, there's about a half-mile stretch where most of these attacks seem to take place.
Okay.
Christoph, do you want to tinker with the wagon?
I do. So first thing what I want to do is talk to Aldrich about getting some cash to spend, some coin, because I am currently destitute, and I just want to buy the supplies that I would need.
Yeah. Aldrich will give you that for free.
Yep.
Yeah, no roll.
So what I want to do is so mechanically, the big ones is have the casket actually open into like a false cavity inside of the wagon itself. And then at the bottom of that false cavity, I want to have a spring-loaded trapdoor that would drop underneath the wagon if need be.
Okay.
So there's a casket, there's a cavity for putting
there's a false bottom,
people or
and then
things
there's a
in,
way to drop the bottom out.
and then there's yes. So that's the big secret thing.
Are you working on that, or are you making it a disguise to stick with it? To blend in as a contemporary funeral cart?
Yes. So I'm
Unless you're gonna push yourself, it's one or the other.
I'm gonna push myself for this. Like I wanna make it look, I want this to be good. This is my first time back with this group. I want to do a good job. And
Mark
is,
2 stress, and then give me 2 tinker rolls.
Okay. Highest off of that one was a 6. There was a 6 and a 5, a 6 and 2 5s.
So that's that'll be your trapdoor, and this will be for the disguise.
Okay. That was also 2 6s and a 4.
So a critical success on blending in. Okay, so your trapdoor comes together pretty smoothly, and with Aldrich's help, you do manage to get this thing looking ship-shape. I will say, that is the last of your funds. So this job better work, or you guys are broke as fuck.
And I do write on the side, Aldrich's Blast. People are dying for a ride, as the tagline. And just trying to make it
incredible. Aldrich Blast, incredible. Aldrich is gonna roll here. What does Aldrich have, Eric, for consort?
Consort. 2 5.
2 pips?
It's 4 pips, sorry.
How many are colored in?
He has the side resolve, right? The first ones, and then one over.
Okay, so 2. So he's got 2 pips.
Okay, 2 pips, sorry.
He's going to take a devil's bargain because he's not here to tell me no. If this'll put him, a new guy getting involved in funeral work is gonna get some eyebrows. That's okay. Got a 6, so the paperwork will be good. And then Nan, if you want to do tunnels, or if you want to look for secret tunnels with your buddy, with Gamorn.
Tunnels.
Yeah, where do you find Gamorn?
I have a usual meeting spot to find Gamorn. He hangs out around a particular bar, and if I'm willing to buy him a drink or two, he's usually good for some fresh info.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm going to start my attempt.
Yeah, you find him at his usual haunt. He looks tired. He looks like he has been and he smells like sulfur and sweat. He smells like he's been at the he's been at his spot for a while.
It's a good thing my sense of smell is bad.
Is pretty bad. So yeah, go ahead and give me consort for that.
I would like to push myself for this
Okay.
as well and take 2 stress.
Sure.
Let me mark that off real quick. So I know Aldrich has a thing where he can help somebody and not take stress. Any chance I
Foresight.
could use that?
Nope.
Dang. Okay.
that is a specific spider mechanic that he's got, and he is busy getting his I's dotted and T's crossed to be a legitimate funeral parlor.
Cool. I got a 6
Perfect.
and a 1.
So there are routes to the arena that Gamorn knows about. And he points to one that you could take leading off of the main. You talk about your route where you're going, and he talks about a route that is, once you get past that, the danger mile, or that dangerous half mile, there is a side route that is regularly watched by arena folks. And if you're doing a job for them, you can identify yourself. They might give you a cursory inspection, or they might want to see what you're hauling for them. But if you mentioned you're doing the job for Lomond, you'll at least get to the arena without them shanking you. Once you get there, that's entirely up to them. But hopefully Lamond is there and can verify and make sure the goods are good. So
While I'm chatting with him, any chance he has any new locations that I would find interest in? Just for me. I might be a little stressed after this.
I'll see what I can. So the usual places aren't doing it for you. Well, let me think. I might have a spot or two. I'm chatting with some folks. There's a rock runner at the old Rasp that said he had an idea, and his Stonehound had a good nose for it. So I'm gonna follow. We're gonna do some digging. But if I find a spot, you'll be the first.
Keep me updated.
Always
And I will
do.
order him another 2 drinks.
Tell you what, for 2 drinks, I'll make sure I send you a letter. How's that sound?
Delightful. Roll my
Alright.
eyes.
And then
and make my way out.
Yes.
Torin, go ahead and roll me, I guess, consort, unless you've got a better lead on somebody.
I have a smuggler friend, Kira Zen. She runs goods up and down from Crested Cavern all the time. I'm just wondering if she heard of the specific threats or crews that's been hitting.
Sure. Then in that case, you can, if you're going to try and sway her.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have better pip and consort. Should I just...
We could consort, yeah.
All right. 3.
3. Ooh. So you and Kira are sitting down at not a bar. Kira has kind of straightened out and turned away. That is a bit of a teetotaler, not much of a drinker. But you start talking about this job. And she goes, Torin, you don't want this.
Why not?
This is... You don't want to get involved in that shit. Whatever Lomond is bringing down, you don't want it. How much did your contact say how many times they've tried to run the shit down?
Yeah. That's why I'm coming to you and seeing...
Yeah, 4
Yeah.
crews. You know how many made it back?
I'm guessing none.
1 person made it back each
Oh.
job.
Do you have any names?
Yeah, Zamira. Zamira's the only one who made it back. And if 1 person comes back from 4 fucking jobs that all go south, nah. Either that shit's cursed, or it's an inside gig, and I ain't fucking touching it. You shouldn't either.
All right. I have to pay off a couple deaths.
Cool.
And
Good for fucking you. So does everybody.
Nobody wants to fight me right now, so I have to do this.
Shit in the dust and make a brick out of it. You're
Hmm.
good luck. I guess we'll tell you what, if you make it out, I'll buy you a beer.
Cheers. Samira, right? You know where she's at?
She's Zamira is the person you are meeting with the gear.
Got it. With the gear.
With the Zamira
That's
is
the
your
contact
contact
up top.
in
Yes,
Crest
got
that
it.
you are picking up the objects from and then bringing it down.
All right. Well,
So, with all of that being said, we've got ourselves set up for the job. It has only been 2 hours. I am so sorry. But we can jump into. Let me do our fortune roll here and see how we're starting.
Can we take a 5?
Yes, that will be our 5. I'm doing the action roll before we take our 5. So I'm giving. We've got 3 majors advantages. I'm pointing the tray. Okay. So my highest roll was a 4. So it is a mixed result on our engagement roll. So we will be in a risky position when the action starts. But that will come back to in 8 minutes. We'll be back at 9:15.
got it.
Thank you, 8.
So cool. We will be right back. Thank you very much, friends.
Eric, you still here?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Once we have some downtime, that I'm in game. I'm going to role play while we're waiting on the others. While we have like downtime between the things that we finish and actually setting out for this thing, Christoph is gonna like take a seat next to you. Are you from here, or are you a refugee like the rest of us?
Oh no. Born and raised. You're a
And,
refugee, I'm guessing, yeah?
Yeah. We escaped, most of us. I'm not too familiar with the bird one, but the rest of us barely got out alive of Callow.
So what went down in Callow? I keep hearing stories of fire, destruction, giants.
So have you ever? There's this thought experiment, okay? That's called the Warlock's Brain. So the thought experiment goes something like this. Imagine that you don't exist for a moment, or that your conscious experiences don't exist. The thing that you perceive to be reality isn't really here. It's all just an illusion created by this warlock that is keeping your brain in a jar and just casting spell after spell after spell to make you see the worst things possible. It might be difficult to tell the difference between what reality is or if we are just all brains in a vat. I like to entertain thought experiments and think of worst case scenarios in the abstract. What happened in Callow made me think for a moment that something like the Warlock's Brain thought experiment could be true. And that I was just put in this world to suffer inside of an illusion. It's difficult for me to describe how awful it was. It wasn't just one single thing. It was everything magical going haywire. It was reality itself breaking. It was families tearing each other to pieces. It was the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. But enough about me. Who do you like to do in your free time? Or, I'm sorry, what do you like to do in your free time?
My free time? He just kind of like strokes his mustache a little bit. Well, I like punching faces.
Oh,
I'm part of an underground fighting ring. I'm pretty good at it. The fortunate thing is nobody wants to fight me right now, so here I am. But other things I like to do, I know some pretty good gambling houses. Depends on what you like to bet on. We got cards, we got dice, we got, if you want to see some animal races or the fights himself, we can go check those out. And besides that, I do tinker time to time, and I kind of pat my gauntlets at the side of my. I am a dwarf after all. I do enjoy tinkering from time to time.
I was going to go down the rabbit hole of you taking risks and gambling and now stepping it up to potentially gamble with your life. But I'm more interested in the tinkering thing. Can I see those?
Yeah, sure. And as I take them out, before I give them to you, I unload the knuckles one by one. You see these little capsules that I come out of them. There, just in case you mentioned about gambling with your life, just in case you accidentally set it off. I hand you one of the gauntlets, and in that pouch I took that one off. I put that in those little circles in the pouch.
I'm going to. I will have registered that you would have pulled out the capsules. Can I determine what they would have done if they were charged, if they were in there?
Depending on what they are, that would have to be a roll, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know.
if you ask me directly, I might tell. Like he would probably tell you, but like if you're observing it, there's probably no way you would. They had gunpowder in them. You might be able to smell it. So black powder. It might be black powder. Those ones had black powder in them.
Okay. And you did this yourself?
These? Well, see, a lot of the mining crew, when there's cave-ins, have these gauntlets. These ones are modified, of course, but what you do is you use them, and they use them to pull up the rubble from any cave-ins down in the mines. Somebody trapped, put these on, use them to blast some rock, use them to move some rock. A lot of different uses, but these are built to crack some skulls, if you will. Hit them with it.
The city is fascinating.
Yeah. They do a couple other things, but that's the main. I put these on, and that's. We're done talking. I call them the persuaders.
And you did the modifications yourself?
I did.
Wow, Celine, are you hearing this?
Yeah. I'll be out there. Whispering, Mama to go back.
Hey, why don't I kind of smirk a little? Why don't you put it on? Try it out.
Can I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. So I just punch a thing.
Now, if you put it on, do you flick any of the switches in there, or do you just put it on and grab the handle?
No, I am inspecting like the details of this. So if there are switches, those switches are being flipped.
Yeah, when you put it on, it's super heavy, and if you hit the thumb switch, it makes it a little lighter.
Oh wow. Okay. Does it? How many switches are there? Is it one switch per finger?
One for each finger. Yep.
Okay, and can I determine that? So the switches would have triggered whatever the capsules were. Were the capsules one per finger?
Yeah, that one lies a little more tricky. So these capsules, when you hit them, make things go boom. So if you hit it, it opens it up. They're like blanks. You hit them, and it gives you a little more firepower. That's we use down in the mines to blow up a rock, make a little bit of rubble. These are modified so they don't blow my hand off, and they don't insta hit somebody's head off. Sometimes you don't want to kill them instantly, but There's more though, and I pull out my pouch, and there's different capsules with different effects in them.
That's amazing. And in game, I am saying this now. I don't know if Curtis or Alexis or anyone is back, but I'm saying this now that there's a good chance that I'm going to flash back on this moment when we begin talking about gunpowder. And I just want to mark that now for YouTube because you're hearing it. For those who haven't heard it, it's not complete bullshit. It came up organically.
Black powder, gunpowder. We're in a artificer magic enhanced like making robots city right now. So
I'm like walking out of the back. I now see Kristoff with these. No, there's no way. Torin, you should not have shown him this.
Hey, Celine, you want to see something funny? And on the side, you have it up. I hit a little just a notch on the side. All the way goes full on your hand, and just your hand just slumps down.
Keep it like that. If not, we may need to leave.
But I fix it to make it go back to optimal. I kind of have it back now.
Yeah,
I've been back, by the way. You can have black powder.
I was just thinking for if we need to do a flashback later, and if I say that I got my hands on some black powder for something, then I maybe we could potentially flash back to this moment.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Just eating some pudding.
Nice.
Oh, what flavor?
Vanilla.
Oh, that's pretty vanilla. That's a pretty vanilla choice. I only have sushi flavored pudding because I like to live on the edge.
You eating
sushi
baby
flavored
food?
Pudding. Please explain this.
It's a made up thing that I said just now.
I actually have sushi next to me. That's what I had for dinner.
What kind of sushi?
Tuna, Don, and some pork goiza.
Ooh. Love me some gyoza.
You know those
Apparently
little...
my freezer was hanging open. That's fun.
Frost crystals.
What, Derek?
Those pouches, those snacks you can give to cats. I call those my Go-Gurts.
What's your favorite flavor?
You like the churro? The churro?
The churro, so far there's only chicken or tuna. They like either one.
I wasn't asking about them.
Oh, I know.
About your favorite.
I can deal with the smell of the chicken. I'll leave it there.
Yeah. This is a little gross. So if I roast whole chickens, I make stock and everything out of the bones, but the chicken that's left over, I eat it for 4 or 5 days. It's still good, but I'm not going to eat it again because I'm over it. I put it in there with a little bit of water, and that's what I feed the dog or the cat instead of throwing it away. This little chicken blend for them.
Yeah,
Chicken
y'all do
nibbles.
the same thing. As long as there's no seasonings or extra salt or anything.
Yeah, it's
Same with,
salt and pepper on the skin, and then there's usually nothing on the
I
rest.
cannot make
skin off and all that.
tuna salad without these two just going nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I always have to drain out the water. I have to give them just a little piece before I can make it.
Yep.
Hey, Nin.
Hey. Oh.
Hey. Sorry,
Yes.
I figured we could do some of our some role play and stuff while we're waiting here. It seems to me that there are a lot of tinkerers in this town. Torin already shared some of the cool things that he has worked on. Are you a tinkerer by chance? Have you tinkered in tinkering?
Torin just kind of smirks.
Kind of like long-suffering, like slight stare into the distance. I work on the tubes. Tinkering as I do.
I knew it.
The tubes are really impressive, though. I mean, I've seen a little bit of them since I've been here. Are they pneumatic tubes? Are they pressurized? Vacuum?
Of a sort.
Did they go all through
He
the
does
city?
not seem to want to offer any information.
Do they go everywhere? Or are they just limited to certain areas? I don't know if we
They
needed
are
to.
pervasive. They
Okay,
are just
so for
about
like,
everywhere. And
so
where
for
they
smaller
aren't,
items.
we have methods.
Okay.
Sorry, Christoph, to cut you off a little bit. And then was it why are you taking this job? I don't you just see your kind down in the caverns this far
Whoa!
anyway.
Hey! Whoa!
Oh,
Hey,
Come
man.
on, man.
no. I'm sorry, Eric Croker, if you will. I didn't mean it any other way.
We are going crestward.
Right.
I would like to go crestward.
Fair enough.
I'm
So,
amazed one of
if-
your sort would want to go there. Dwarves aren't common there.
Whoa! Hey!
Hey, man.
He's straightened up just a little bit. Making sure to look down at Torin.
uh-huh. So, when we get in a fight, you kind of look at everyone, and then back to Nin. Can any of you actually hold your own?
Oh, I'm getting behind you.
Fair.
I got
All
mine.
I'll
right.
do what I need.
Sorry to kind of push away Torin. I have a question also for Nin.
Yeah.
Is there any, say, lost or found or undeliverable mail that you have had within the past decade?
Certainly. There are plenty of things we do not accept.
Is the sky blue?
I might need
What
a flashback for this.
particularly are you after?
My favorite cousin, Dylon. Curious to see if there's anything that didn't ever get sent to Kahlo.
Are you lying about your favorite cousin?
Yeah. Oh, he's a cousin. He's a cousin. He's one of those
Yeah.
where, like,
turns to you and the pupil shrinks, looking at you. Again, with the lying.
How do you know that?
Hey, what's going on there?
You have an augment, or I just kind of start looking around. It's feathers and stuff.
Ooh, I'll also start looking around, looking for anything that's been like, yeah.
Hands go out,
Anything
like
fancy
pushing
that's
you
been
both
added to you.
backwards, like just full on hands on the faces. I am I'm good at telling.
Useful skill.
you're right.
I
Dylon
get-
wasn't my
I get-
favorite.
I get burned all the time with people scamming me and gambling.
What'd you say, Celine?
Dylon's not my favorite. It's one of those cases where they have fun games and tricks, so I'd stay overnight. I didn't really
I
talk
don't
to
need
Dylon.
details.
Fine. I won't tell you anything more about Mama then.
What's the last name and where were these packages going?
Duarte in Kahlo.
To or from?
So
To
professional, just like
sorry, I need to pull up a document. To Kahlo in the wages district.
So I rolled a 5 on study, Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
Do I remember this name in the past decade? Like within the past decade of anything that wouldn't have gone through? I like making you think of things.
Fuck.
Turn that around.
Especially, yeah. Also, apologies for my tardiness, friends.
We just RP'd while you were gone.
Hooray! What did you roll?
I rolled a 5
Okay.
to dig through the memory banks. A study check.
In the last 10 years, because that's such a long range, we're going to drop that effect. to reduced, that's a lot of packages, and you also were doing a little more of the internal freight. You ended up in this postmaster job in the last couple of years because of the incident. So you're a little less caught up on the outgoing mail. But you have folks that were in that side of the world that you could bother. And turn that into a where a record of the mailings are kept that you could dig through with a friend.
Top of my head, Celine, I don't remember specifically. This is a newer position for me.
No
But
problem.
the answer is somewhere very accessible. Should I decide to look? We could make an arrangement for that.
Of course, yes, after we're finished. If not, I have someone in Crest I can speak with.
Oh, do you? Might I ask who?
Oh, Blue Dragonborn Roeth. Someone that Dylon had done some work for.
Interesting. As for you two, stop poking my feathers.
Sorry.
Rude.
It's just very interesting. While we're all here, and something that I picked up on since I arrived, it seems like this city is predicated on the idea of cooperation. So while we're all here, I just wanted to present a thought experiment to the group. Has anyone here ever heard of the prisoner's dilemma? And I imagine at that time Aldrich comes out, and I don't actually have to go through the prisoner's dilemma.
Aldrich will tell you to shut the hell up and get in the wagon. So with that,
kind of like the trolley.
With that engagement roll, you guys load up into the wagons and hit the road. You head out of the city, going up. The lamps aren't lit on the way up. You are not you are signaling that you are not hauling a corpse at this time. You are simply going up to make a delivery. There is some cursory inspection as you start to leave caverns, where folks stop you, check the paperwork, make sure everything is good. Aldrich's paperwork does hold up under cavern scrutiny, and you are waved off through. But there is a little bit of some of the guards sort of like, "Oh, you're new here. First time doing one of these runs? Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, it's weird to see an out of towner taking jobs like these, but hey, I'm glad to see you're working. Glad to see things are turning around for you." And a brief wave. But you've got a little bit of attention on you from just the unusualness of your particular escapade. But trundle on up as you begin to hit Hell's Half Mile. With the floor with the funeral lights off, things go fairly smoothly. You do. There's not a ton of traffic on the road for this. Some that just not particularly not popping today. But also, there's no signs of danger.
Are there any corpses or bones or anything left around?
No corpses. You do spot Celine. You spot several of the blood piles and the blood stains that were there previously, but nothing new or unsettling in that time.
Okay, thank you.
Making your way up, though, you get out of that half mile and you start seeing the air is colder as you ride up. The horses have been keeping a pretty steady pace, with their ears kind of perk up, and you're seeing their breath sort of start to come out in plumes. And you arrive in Crest. Normally, taking the elevator, it's a pretty steady line. There's some guards on foot and what have you. Here, there are large gates that are, at this point, open, but you do see guards posted up high, sort of keeping an eye out from these little nooks and caverns in the wall, but you can see daylight behind them. You pass through, again, getting a little bit of scrutiny for the paperwork, but you make your way in safely. And as you trundle on up and you find yourself a little parking spot for the funeral, a blue tiefling steps forward, wearing all black, very fine dressed. However, there is most of it is in this vest that also has spots in the back for two large bat-like wings to sort of emerge outward. And the wings are kind of being folded up and in as she walks towards you. Aldrich hops out of the wagon, steps towards, you must be Zamira. Reaches out, shakes the hand. Zamira goes, yes. Yes, hello, you must be Aldrich. It's good to meet you. I'm glad someone is here to take my grandfather's remains down, so he may be tossed into flows and given his due under the mountain. And these are your associates? It's very good to meet you. Please, come. His body is just here.
Sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
How much lie was in all of that?
Oh,
all of it.
100% horseshit.
Good.
Yeah, we're not transporting an old guy.
Absolutely incredible cover story. Leading you over she leads you over to a large coffin. Nin, what do normal Aarakocra coffins look like when they are brought down?
They are typically kind of a woven pod.
Okay.
A nest enshrouding the body. They're woven through with ribbons of light fabrics, which are very common amongst the Aarakocra. The bright flashes of color as you're flying makes for a nice spectacle, right? There are usually fans made of their feathers that set on top. Stuff like that. Little trinkets might be tied in.
You all see this pod. Most of you those of you familiar with the city recognize it. It is accurate. It is appropriate. Except when you go to pick it up, it's very heavy. It is incredibly heavy. Aldrich has already moved up to the horses to sort of get them turned around and ready. But it takes all of you to pick this thing up.
All right. Who's not putting their weight in? I look over to Nin on the other side.
Well, I think I might know what led to your grandfather's death. Not healthy. Not healthy. I'm gonna...
He enjoyed many luxuries. And unfortunately, it did make him rather... I always said he was dense. He was a poor flyer. But please do be careful. I want to make sure that he arrives safely where he needs to go. And that part Nin is truth.
We will ensure he makes his way.
If it's all right, I would like to travel with you to ensure the safety.
Is there anyone else around, or is it just?
It's a pretty, like, you guys
yeah.
are being given a decent amount of space for funeral procession, like the respect owed to a funeral. But you are not alone in this space.
I look over to Nin, and then I look back to Zamira. I go, "Hey, I heard the last job you were on, you're the only one who made it back too."
I have heard as well that those who are mourning may weigh down the soul, should they accompany them on their journey. Perhaps it is best you don't join us.
Go ahead and roll sway for me.
Is there a setup here or anything?
Because I looked at Nin and I was implying like, "Hey, he's always comes back alive. Everyone else dies."
If you're asking her to stay behind and not ride with the package that she has been supposed to travel with, that's going to take some convincing. I'm not sure I know what you're asking.
I would like to use command.
Okay.
And I was hoping that perhaps Torin was able to do a little teamwork here and set up. So I get a +1 effect or improve position.
Torin, are you willing to take a stress for the assist?
That's an assist. Setup is different.
Oh.
Setting up would mean Torin has to make a roll.
Okay.
So Torin, are you just trying to get information out of Zamira, or are you just
Nin talked about how they can detect lies almost when we're back at the base, and I learned through my investigation that this tiefling comes back alive every time somehow. Right?
Okay, so you're trying to bait. I'm trying to bait in that position.
Yes.
Copy. Understood. Go ahead and give me Commander Sway. I can see either of those working, unless you are.
I got command for you.
Yeah. Try and bully. Be a little brusque.
I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Oof. So that's gonna be. So we started in a risky position. So on a 3, things go badly. You suffer harm, a complication occurs, you end up in a desperate position, or you lose this opportunity. I think because this was intended as a setup, we will lose the chance at that follow-up to try and sway her away from it.
Got it.
So unless there's a bargain.
Got a devil's bargain for me?
Got a devil's bargain.
If you are willing to make a scene out of this, we'll let the setup lead. Like, if you're willing to make a scene, we'll give you an extra die.
Ooh.
For Torin. This is before Nin even gets a roll.
Yeah.
So who's taking this bargain?
This is Torin. This is Torin's bargain.
Torin is making the scene.
Torin's going to make a scene that will put us into... this is going to get desperate because this is going to get people's attention.
Mm-hmm. It's up to you, Torin.
For an extra die...
The chances we lose the entire job, right?
You have a 50-50 shot of things going better than they did.
Yeah, screw it. Let's do it.
Okay.
It's not necessarily losing the job, it's losing the ability to leave Zamira behind.
Got it. So, Zamira, it is weird that you do keep coming back. Yeah? Why is that? Can you tell me what happens? You seem to, I get louder a little bit. You seem to know how that happens. Or why that happens.
What'd you roll, buddy?
Next year, one more die.
One more die.
Rolled a 5.
Rolled a 5. You do it, but there is a consequence. Harm, complication, reduced effect, or it gets desperate. So you'll get what you want. You will get the setup for trying to get that read. She sort of, I do not like your tone, my dwarf friend. There have been multiple attempts to move him down, and we have been accosted every time. If you are implying that I am somehow involved in this, I will be taking... That is not an accusation that I will sit lightly. The first attempt, they were friends of mine that did not make the journey, and I will not have you disrespecting their remains. And that has gotten several... People went from like, oh, there's a funeral going on to, man, she's really pissed about this funeral. Like, who... And seeing Aldrich's blasts, people are dying for a ride on the side. A little bit of like, wow, these guys are dicks. However, with that sentence...
There's a prerequisite, a ride.
There is, with that sentence and with your ability, Nin, that entire sentence about her friends was true. She has lost many people on this run attempting to finish this task. And some of them were close to her. I will give that to you as a setup if you want to roll for other information.
So in that case, can I go sway on this?
Oh, to get her to not come.
To get her to not come.
I will give you that. It will be a desperate position, but I will give you...
So...
Or actually, you can do improved position if you want. So
that's what I was about to ask.
Perfect. We can move that to risky with that setup.
All right. That's a 5.
That is a 5. But there's a consequence.
Or, so do I get to choose? Because I've achieved it. Can I take the +1 effect and just do it, even though it's desperate? Since it's desperate, I also get to mark a resolve for XP.
It's either or. So if you want it, in this case, we'll give it to you at desperate, but you succeed. But in future, sort of picking that, you either get the XP for desperate or the improved position, so things get less bad.
Right. Yeah, I'll take the +1 effect. Just do it under desperate.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, in future, you'll have to pick.
Okay.
But
right, I still picked. We're good.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Sweet.
So yeah, how do you calm her down? How do you get her maybe not in the best position, but maybe see that she is part of the problem?
It is difficult when one is mourning to maintain their composure under great stress, and I understand that. We do not need additional risk when we are in the tunnels. If you cannot keep composure here, what guarantee do we have that you will not be a liability down below? You should take time to mourn your lost friends. We are not connected to you. You have no risk in our loss.
sort of stepping forward, matching your beady gaze. This passenger has been my responsibility. I have dragged it back here each time. I hope that you, out of all of them, understand and will do the same if it comes to it.
This package will get where it must go.
Takes a step back, wipes tears that have been welling. I will join you later. I have some final business to close up here, but I will make sure that they are waiting for you.
Thank you
Good day.
for your trust.
Good day. And turns and walks away, sort of wings kicking out after a few steps to kind of give some space. And then as soon as there's a wide enough opening, stepping off and just two big flaps of those wings, and she's off into the sky.
Curtis, how close am I to the edge? To the surface?
You are still underground, but there is enough sort of a like up and into the sky. You can watch her recede. You can see clouds up this at the edge of the tube. We're far enough up that the sunlight is diffused and it's not just this bright pinprick in the sky. You can see clouds for the first time in years.
Anyone who's nearby will see a straining of the wings against the restraints.
The creak of leather stretching under strain.
Nin, you okay?
He's just staring after her. Yes.
We should get moving.
Let's get on with it then.
All load this up. Turn the wagons and head down. At the gates before you leave, you are stopped. And you hear you must be. I saw you were coming up. Leaving already? Well, Aldrich starts giving a little bit of back and forth pattern. Oh, funerals. Interesting. Haven't seen anybody from any new funeral carts, so you're not one of the usual folks coming through here. Can I see your papers? Papers get handed out, and another one of the guards sort of does a quick walk back and sees all of you sitting in the back with the body.
And can we put that body? I mean, I know that it was in a coffin already, but could we have moved that to the coffin that we had pre-built?
Yeah. There's a little like there is a place for it to sit, and it can be like sort of. Short answer, yes.
Okay.
Kind of pops in. Oh. Are you all with the deceased?
We're all employees. We get the
We're
bodies.
making
we
the delivery.
Hmm.
Kind of show my post garb. My postmaster garb.
The lid won't close because of how large this thing is. But sort of looking in, sees the feathers, sees everything. No family coming with?
They meet us there. It's a liability thing. We can't let them ride on the cart.
Travel safe. make sure you see them where they need to go.
Of course. And remember, if you play your cards right, maybe you too can ride on Aldrich Blast one day.
No thanks. Like goes off.
Consider it. We'd love your business.
Aldrich, you hear him pattering, and you hear, well, off you go. Sends you off down on your way, and you hit the road. And it is quiet.
That could be considered a threat. You may not want to threaten the guards.
Oh.
Hey,
Sometimes the goal is just to weird people out. Sometimes they don't want to continue conversations with people who make them uncomfortable.
I can relate.
Oh, you mean to do that? That's on purpose.
Get his ass.
To the outside people. You guys are all my friends.
How much does Kristoff believe that?
You know the answer. Come on.
Torin, I don't think he considers you a friend.
Oh, well.
I don't think that you consider me a friend. I think you're great. We should keep going.
Celine, you're not the only liar around. Anyway.
As you're riding, there is... Celine, you have a general feel on that back of your neck where the Hell's Half Mile starts.
Mm.
There is that presence of death. A familiar smell, even though you're riding in the back of a funeral cart. There's a smell of death.
I am watching these souls. I'm almost giving like winks to ones that are kind of focused.
Interesting.
Can we drop the... I don't know. I mean, what do the rest of you think? Can we have a cabin, this empty space in the cart. We could drop this into that and make it seem like we've already dropped off the body that we were meant to bring up here. If they check the initial casket, it will be empty, and our cargo will be inside the cart. And then we could drop it if we needed to for some reason, but we could have a guard just look at it. So
You put a lot of work into it.
I did. I really spent a long time picking out the paint too. So, but we could put our cargo in the middle and just say that we dropped off our cargo already. We traveled from south to north, but I don't know what it says on our paperwork.
Just if you want me to lift it, let me know. Otherwise, I don't really care. I'm not going to be.
Yeah, because it probably would have been better for us to say in our paperwork that we were delivering a body from bottom to top, and then act as though we were coming back with an empty casket.
I guess that depends on Aldrich. Do we need to return back to the crest again, or?
No, because flashback.
No,
we actually did say to do that. No, I don't know.
So if you wanted to have a second set of paperwork, that means your cart would be empty in both directions. You could spend a flashback on that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend my. I don't. Is it an individual flashback or is it a?
It's
flashback?
you. It spends stress.
Okay, I don't want that. I'm stressed out already.
How much stress?
I took
One
2.
stress, right?
This
I
will
took 2
be.
already.
I'm gonna say that's 2, because you have to get a second. Aldrich had to get his paperwork set up, and then had to get a second set of paperwork in the
stress him
same
out.
day. That's gonna be 2 stress.
Give him the stress.
Give it to Aldrich. Great, Aldrich got 2 stress for that.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
He's the one having to do it anyway.
Suck it, Aldrich.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do that actually.
Aldrich's
for you.
like, actually, well, good thing, and pulls out a second envelope and opens it up, and it's like, we just dropped off something. So we are good to go. And he sort of handed that. He's like, you could drop that in the back. We should be good to go.
Perfect. We'll drop it into the cabin part to make it look like we're still heavy, but it looks like we're empty.
Yeah. You go to drop this thing, and the sound it makes, it is stone. It is heavy. But it doesn't clatter. It just thuds.
Can I ask, throwing back to the first game, I can see through things like I did with the walls to, I think it was a jail cell. Can I try to do the same thing right now? The crematorium,
Give me an
right?
Yeah, give me an attune check.
There's a wince as this thing drops, and there's like a crunch of the coffin.
Roll a tune. This is gonna be risky.
Double six.
Double sixes is a crit. You peek through this, and inside this casket, inside this cocoon of flight and air and life, is a density of time. The object itself is hardly relevant other than it is ancient. But you get the shape of it. It is a femur. It is a femur that is 6.5 feet long. And from what you carried, stone.
I'm going to lay this off to the group. Guys, so that's a huge bone. And only one of them.
As you look up to see the group with your ghost sight active, you see faces piled on the shoulders of Nin and Torin. What did Draven look like before you earned your nickname? Or does he now look like the last time you saw him in the ring?
He would probably look like the last time I saw him in the ring. Just
lingering over Torin.
A mess.
Over, sort of hovering behind, but also seeing parts of that face flecked on Torin's hands. You see this caved and crumpled. You can't tell what race it is. It is just humanoid shaped. At one point, this thing was a bipedal, symmetrical, organic individual, and now it is pasted. And you see how many souls follow you around, Nin?
Somewhere in the 30s.
Just piled. Perched on the wings and the shoulders, piling up like a tide trying to drag somebody down. Your friends, your new acquaintances don't have any sign that these are there, but these are ghosts that follow them personally.
Something the matter, Celine.
You seem a little spooked more than usual.
It's surprising. It's almost harder to look at yours, Torin.
Blood drips from those knuckles on Torin. Glowing green and yellow. Constantly dripping from those hands.
What do you mean worse?
Even I can smell you, Torin.
I don't need to
Yes.
bring it up. And Nin,
Hmm.
you're a fellow spirit weaver, but I see you wanted to fly, but you've cursed yourself.
You get a little bird head tilt. Confusion.
I think we should
I'm
keep
not
going.
Right. Who's knocking?
Sound is coming from the tunnel. Staccato, short and long, tapping in the hallway.
Is this Gamorn?
This is not Gamorn. Poking your head out, you see lights on the road. And hear not wheels, but heavy footfalls and hydraulics. In a cadence of an animal running.
Everyone get ready.
Aye.
Aldrich shouts back, "Are we running or are we going to try and calm things down? Because I'm not much of a runner anymore."
How close are we to those tunnels that I had found or I had learned about?
You would need to run for another, at a dead run, you could get there in about 10-15 minutes.
Mhm.
With the horses and the cargo, it's going to take a little longer than it would on foot. If you wanted to run, now's your best bet. Because you still have some momentum in that direction. But if you come to a stop, it's going to take time to get up to speed again.
Fight or flee?
Optically, we haven't done anything wrong, and we do have a brand to protect.
Mm-hmm. As you're
There's
saying
not-
fighter, as you're saying fight or
Yeah.
flee and you're talking, I just get my gloves on my hands. Yep. Yep.
Celine,
The
these gauntlets are also soaked in it.
Mm.
You see it in the gears, on every facet of them. And the gloves seem hungry.
And you know the Henry Cavill like reload arm thing? Yeah, he does that. He's ready. He's like, okay, if we're running, we're running. But if we're not, I'm ready. Let's go.
we should treat this like exactly like what we planned for now, and fight when the time comes. Is the casket thing is closed now? Like what our
The lid's
cargo
on it,
is now
yeah.
hidden. It's now
Yeah.
safely within the.
Everything looks up to snuff until they go to open it. And then there won't be anything in there.
But as far as they know, we have the paperwork that says that it is okay to
It
be
should
empty.
be empty.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the bindings off my wings just in preparation.
Just in preparation. Fantastic.
Celine, what are you doing?
Staring at the two of you. I'm not even focused on what's coming. What I am curious about is how do these spirits feel once you start to unbind your wings?
Sorry. Nin, do you have any?
They start to shift along the kind of edge of my feathers, rippling out like a wave almost. You can see as they gain a little bit of space and start spreading out this ashy fuzziness around the edge of them. They are shadows, almost, of people. And they are angry.
Mm-hmm.
Aldrich slows the wagon, and you hear that come up, and you hear, whoa, and your wagon does not slow, but you hear the scrape of steel on stone. Well now, friend, what are you doing out in a place like this all by yourself? Oh, good morning. I'm Aldrich, and we are returning from a funeral that we delivered the body up into Crest today, and the preparations have all been made. We are simply just returning home. We're hoping to not cause any problems for anybody. We're just simply here trying to make a living. Well, ain't that just so kind? You gave your name. I'll give you mine in return. You can call me Wicker. Mr. Wicker, it's very nice to meet you. And your companion. Yeah, she's a beaut, ain't she? You hear like a clunk, clunk, clunk of somebody hitting something metal. Now, I do hate to be a bother, but I'm actually doing a security route through here. Me and my partner, who's not too far behind me, love to just take a look and just make sure everything's above board with your papers and everything here, for the good of the city.
You know what I'm gonna ask.
Oh, this is all bullshit. The tapping has never ceased. And it is getting closer and a little closer. Looking... Do any of you want to look outside the cabin?
I imagine there's like a peephole or something, right?
There's a little peephole.
Christoph?
Yeah, I would try to have built it with like the ability to see our surroundings.
Christoph, take it a peek. Aldrich is sitting there in the wagon. He shifted over so you have a pretty clear view. And you see an orcish gentleman sitting astride an axebeak. But the entire thing looks to be made of steel. And it is moving fluidly. The head is tilting and turning, very similar to Nin's. But it is entirely machine. Parked there in dark clothes, nondescript, not flashy, hasn't shown any kind of badge or anything. And Aldrich is sitting there, has not let go of those reins. What would y'all like to do in this moment?
Well, as they're talking, Torin, you just hear click. He's loading the ammunition blanks in his knuckles. Click, click.
Behind each knuckle, little ports and what looks like a shotgun slug just popping into each knuckle.
And as I do that, I load the last one. I step out of the cart and I go, well, the next 2 minutes are going to be really important to you. And I'll tell you why. You're going to have some critical decisions to make here. The first thing is, I would consider conceding what you're about to do here. I would give up what you're after. I know what you're after. You want to know why it's important? And he just brings his knuckles together. I can't guarantee what's going to happen if you don't concede. I can't guarantee your safety. But if you do decide you want to keep on doing this, we can play this game. So it's up to you right now in this moment. What are you going to do? I'm trying to do command.
Well, Go ahead and give me command. This feels a little desperate to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you regular effect right now. But we will see.
How many stresses are we permitted to have? How many is too many?
If you
9.
max out your stress, then we mark a trauma.
So I have 2. Do I have room to spare? I have like
You can go up to
okay.
9.
Okay, I do want to assist. And as he is uttering the last syllable of his threat, I want to do what I did back at the college and just like a flame behind him, like backlighting as he's doing this threat. Like I'm just sticking my hand out from behind the cart and just backlighting this badass who was walking out of the back of the
nice
cart.
little
Such
wash
a
of
Navos
flame.
move.
Okay, go ahead. We'll go ahead. Roll command. I'll give you an assist.
Okay.
So you get an extra die.
Oh.
Andrew,
Okay.
that's one
And then I
stress.
shake my
That is one
to
stress for
set
Andrew.
assist.
Yes.
Yep, I'm at. Yep. I'm up to 3.
I rolled a 3, a 4, and a 6.
Hey.
Incredible.
Okay.
So what are your command? You are trying to get him to back off.
Yep, I'm trying
And
to.
Wicker's sitting there astride this axe beak and just kind of gives a look, sees you, and goes, "Ugh, shit. I didn't know, Mr. Aldrich, you had a celebrity with you. I didn't know the Facebreaker was taking smuggling jobs. Wonder what the hell that's about." Now, and sort of like kicks the axe beak over, and it trundles over. And you hear another, and a 4-legged cat rides up with another figure astride it. Now, are you in charge here, Mr. Facebreaker, or are you simply along for the ride?
I look around. I don't think I have to tell you that.
Right. Mr. Aldrich, simple deal for you. We know you're carrying something that ain't a body. We'd like to make sure that that does not go where it's intended to go. We're not looking for violence. We're not looking for trouble. We're just looking to get to it before other people do. The last couple times it has been messy. And this 4-legged cat, like a panther with an extra set of legs about halfway down the body. So this sort of 6-legged panther just starts circling the wagon. We are not prone to violence, but we will engage when violence is thrust upon us. And I do recommend keeping that dwarf on a short leash before he bites off more than he can chew again.
As he says that, I just kind of like do the whole shoulder stretch, bring my neck back. All right, guess you're not running.
Now we can do this politely, like gentlefolk, or we can do this the way that's happened a couple times already. What do you say? Aldrich kind of, well, a moment to discuss this with my colleagues. And sort of like hops out and hops into the back. So what are we thinking?
Warren is outside just watching him, just clanking his gauntlets together, waiting. So
He's
There
made his
side
decision.
tunnels that are controlled by the arena. If we get to those, we have their backing, or at least they won't shank us.
I'm all for not getting shanked.
I can push us along a little faster, perhaps. It's up to you. I don't know the abilities of you two. Looking at Kristoff and Celine.
The souls here
might be able to
have
get
been
us-
damned for years. If I can speak with them, perhaps we can slow these two down and go to a tunnel.
I can also help us move a little faster. Or there's something else that maybe I picked up earlier.
Make a run for it while Torin holds them off.
Oh, we shouldn't leave him behind, though. He's one of us now, and we don't leave
Of course.
people behind anymore.
You've made an excellent point of that, Christoph. I get it. All right.
How about you all start on your way? I'll make sure Torin isn't left behind.
I do
All right.
agree with that. Trying to kind of
How
push
fast-
Kristoff with me.
So we're splitting. We're
Uh-huh.
running and fighting.
We're gonna-
Who's
And we're going to start moving. Yep.
So,
who
so
is
Curtis,
staring?
I will stay. Curtis, traditionally Aarakocra can cast Gust of Wind. Is that something I can still do?
If I would be willing to make it a roll, but yes,
Okay.
rolling for that effect. But yes, I will make that. What's your intent? Are you knocking people over?
So I can't exactly fly right now,
Right.
but I can still catch wind with my wings. And
Uh-huh.
if I hop into a convenient jet stream with a certain dwarf in my hands, that is a strong wind that's 60 feet long and 10 feet wide.
Are you trying to just keep up, or is
Trying to
this to not?
send them ahead, give myself a boost, and carry Torin as our
Now,
escape.
You would have to. So, because if you're trying to give them a push, you're pushing in the opposite direction. Is the problem?
Sending the wagon ahead?
If you're pushing the wagon from behind, you are pushed back. Like you are. I'm not sure how you could do all three. If that makes sense.
So, Gust of Wind
Or are
is
you
a-
standing on the back of the wagon and pushing them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Andrew seems like he has a thought.
Yeah, I do have a way that we can move the wagon faster. My question is, so we have horses that are pulling this thing. So if we
Yeah.
start moving it much faster than the horses can keep up, we are crushing the horses with the wagon and then
Correct.
likely flipping the wagon over the horses.
Yeah. You can
But we
get a
can-
little bit of speed.
Yeah, or let the horses go. If we're being pushed, we'll just steering might become a problem.
Derek also seems to have a thought.
Yeah, I'm going on two different decisions. So my original thought was to try to hold the axe beaks down with the souls. But if we can kind of tie this in instead with having the souls lift the horses, so we get that push, and they're kind of moving along, just like a
With
mechanical
you?
floor, until they can kind of reach the ground again.
So, important question: who is staying?
Oh, I'm staying.
Torin is standing there.
Unless somebody
I'm
convinces me
also
not to.
staying.
All right, Torin and Nin are standing their ground. The other three are riding. So, welcome to the desperate position here, friends. It is also 10:20, and I know we should be wrapping here soon. Do we want to put a pin in this until future and leave off here?
We're going to be out of here in 10 minutes. We're going to have this wrapped up.
I'm the good to keep going, but it's up to
I'm good to
everybody.
I have-
I got a little. Yeah, I got a little bit of time.
I'm gonna give us another 15, and at 15 we will stop no matter what.
Okay.
So Aldrich is like, all right, pops out, goes back up to the front, and again rests comfortably. He's like, oh, Wicker, right? You said Wicker. I don't remember what Aldrich's accent was. That's fine. He's from around
down here.
He's down here.
He's down here.
Oh yeah, you make an excellent point. But I'm a businessman. And I'm looking for a long-term business understanding. And it seems to me that there's not much here to discuss with you. You are welcome to reach out if you've got something else to say. And he kind of hooks a thumb back. You know where to find me. And then whoosh, gets the horses going, and quick finesse. The horses do sort of kick up and start picking up a little more speed from that dead stop. It does kind of jerk around a little as you sort of swing around the axe beat, because they are still uncomfortable with what the fuck is happening with that thing. With that roll, the panther is out of the way. It does take a little swipe, but it does catch on some of that armor on the wagon. If you want out now, you need to jump.
Flurry of feathers as I explode from the back of the wagon.
Almost one of those where like you just jump and the wagon disappears out from under you and the wings kick out.
Yep. And I'm probably filling the tunnel.
Your wings are touching most, like covering most of the side. There's probably 30 feet of space, and your wings are a lot of it.
I've got a 20-foot wingspan.
Correct. Wings out.
And they are stained bloody looking. Like there's rust
I'm imagining
beneath them.
Now your wings are out. Like since I'm attuned, I just hear this just ghastly scream.
It's the scream and also the death rattle of 30 souls on those wings. In this one collective inhale as the wind is kind of pulled away from you. And you guys take off. Those of you in the cart, because you guys had a plan for what was happening, what do y'all want to do?
We are moving, but I am going to I don't know if prepping actions or whatever, but the moment that these two get back on the cart or near to our cart, then I want to trigger a flashback.
So go ahead and tell me what you are flashing back to, or sorry. Well, this one actually play. So you are looking. What are you doing right now to expedite the trip, to make everybody go a little faster?
I guess at this point, yeah. I mean, so I mentioned previously that when I was with these refugee groups, I was trying to work on things to make their carts and wagons and whatever, like their wheels, run a little bit faster. And it is essentially doing something similar to that, where there's, man, I don't know if, I mean, we're actively moving. I didn't roll for any of this stuff previously.
So this is where if you wanted to make an adjustment, that would be the flashback. Where this is a thing that you have retroactively installed, and then you reach down, pull the lever, and it happens.
Yeah, so that's what I want to do, but I want to wait until they're closer. But I mean, if I could flash back, there's a conversation that Tor and I had concerning gunpowder, and I want to flash back to immediately after that conversation about gunpowder, that I had installed that almost as a nitrous. Like to ignite gunpowder,
a little bit
like
of rockets, a little bit of rocket fuel.
Yeah, like in the back of the wagon. But I don't want to activate them while they're far away. I want them to get to us.
Get first, back into the wagon and take off. Okay. So that's gonna have to wait. Celine, you said you wanted to do something with the spirits in the hallway?
Yeah, so my main priority ever since going through the route was to try to hold down whatever is trying to attack or hold us. Just hold the limbs of any of these souls. Secondary would be to help the horses, but again, we haven't gotten there yet, and it's not like we've talked about this ahead of time.
Right now, the horses are making good speed, and they're not at risk. You guys got the jump on them with Aldrich's roll. You guys got ahead, and so now you are in a position where you can you've got the jump on them. You don't need to necessarily boost the horses just yet.
Okay.
Could we tell Aldrich like to prep to release them if it seems like we're starting to build up more speed than
that's an
the
in the moment shout.
Accommodate for?
That's going to be an in the moment shout. But right now the horses are doing fine. But if you want to attune and drag and try to drag down the beasties, you can.
So to have the souls trying to hold the limbs of the axe beaks.
Yeah.
That's with a tune, that's a 1 and a 5.
That's gonna be should have said before you roll. So definitely desperate position.
Yep.
Because we are on the fucking run.
So is that an additional?
No, so that just means what the consequences are. Yeah, you can add a die and push yourself if you want to mark 2 stress.
I'm good.
Okay. You're good with the 5?
Yep.
So you do it, but there's a consequence. Suffer harm, a serious complication, or you have reduced effect. So there's an axe beak and a 6-legged panther. Which one do you want to pin down? And which one is still free?
Let me pin down the panther.
Okay.
And seeing as Torn was already going towards the one with the axe beak.
With Wicker on it.
Yes.
Yeah, so you all see as there is now this glow in the hallway. The wings pop out and you see that rusty red on them. And that same color is reflected in parts of the floor. And almost the pools of blood that have been spilled here from raids past begin to kind of glow their own matching color. And Torin and Nin, you watch as this 6-legged panther takes a step, and then you just see hands reaching up out of the stone, climbing onto it like it is a life raft, like it is a piece of wood in an ocean, and it is just pulled down into the stone by all of these things. Unfortunately, 6 limbs means a lot of contact with the ground, so a lot more guys can grab it at once. The axe beak, however, is like sort of dancing back. Turns, sees their companion being pulled to the ground, and turns and sees the prize getting away. And turns and starts chasing the wagon. Getting a little bit of speed. Nin and Torin,
cool.
You watch as it's just the two of you, these damned souls screaming up at the thing that may have killed them. And what looks to be human, maybe? You're not sure. The face is wrapped up in a little heavier wear. But the panther, the 6-legged panther, is still slashing at and trying to pull itself free. What are you guys doing?
So there's an orc on this axe beak, right?
Yes.
Pretty confident on that?
Correct.
I have trance powder, and I would like to use my wings to blast it into this orc's face.
The orc is currently running away from you.
Okay. It has
orc
to get
is
through me to go after the wagon, though.
If it runs past me, I'm going to smash it too.
You hopped out the back of the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
If
It was in front of the Wicker is on the Axby, and
Yeah.
was in front of the wagon, and the wagon blew past them.
And I hopped out.
Okay, so great, got it. I had you
Trying to
closer to
block.
Torin. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trying
So
to block the way.
Axbeak is charging you with the orc on it.
Mhm.
Cool. I
have-
love that. What'd you say, Torin?
I have a question on my gauntlets. The modifications I have, we have the one we talked about with more explosive power. Is there any modifications I can do, maybe once or twice, to do maybe a sonic shot for
To have a
more of a
projectile?
range punch, or like a ranged projectile percussion punch as a modification? Or was that too much?
With a flashback, maybe, but let's get through.
Okay,
Let's get through Nin first, just for
got it.
clarity, because there is also the guy still on the Panther next to you.
Right.
But yes, we can figure something out with that. So Nin, go ahead.
So, according to this World Anvil thing about trance powder, the victim of this powder is not fully unconscious, but rather retreats into a calm, suggestible mental state similar to hypnotism. I want to
Okay.
use like the full force of my wings to blast this powder all up in this guy's face. I may not be able to fly, dang it, but I can still make wind around me. Is Curtis talking?
Yeah,
Muted.
muted somehow.
Can't hear him.
Oh,
I don't know.
no.
Curtis,
He
we
can't hear us either.
you. Nope.
Wave your hands up, wave.
Hear you.
Stop!
wait, go back, roll it back.
Must have
Man,
gotten
he was
him
so animated.
something.
He was really into it.
Yeah.
Hello?
No. Give
No.
him a thumbs down.
Oh
He
no.
Can't hear you.
Oop.
Maybe a
Oh,
peek.
there he is.
Oh,
Better?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
There it goes.
I love technology. It's so fun. So,
So good.
trance powder. I would give you finesse to employ subtle misdirection or sleight of hand.
Can I just
Okay, so I'm going to give you hunt. If you roll
Okay.
hunt, yes, attack with precision shooting from a distance. If you're trying to hit him from a distance, I'll give you that. I'll
Could I
give you
give it to for
skirmish if you.
command?
I'll give you skirmish. You have to apply this.
Mhm.
I'll give you skirmish if you want to grab onto the axe beak and get mount it and then apply it.
Okay,
Otherwise
so
it's
the
hunt
problem
'cause
is
it's
I
a
have
ranged
no
attack.
pips in either of those.
So you're rolling at disadvantage
Uh-huh.
unless you push
Oh no,
yourself.
I
and
am
then it's a straight
absolutely
roll.
stressing. So I'll take that stress. I will push
Okay.
to roll straight.
Devil's bargain.
Uh-huh.
If you succeed, are you hunting or skirmishing?
Let me read those real quick.
Skirmish is melee to hop onto its back. Hunt is to snipe
Mhm.
it from a distance.
Hunt.
Okay. Devil's bargain. If you miss, or devil's bargain,
Mm-hmm.
you'll take a harm, but you'll add an extra die.
Okay.
It's the level of harm depends on if you succeed.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
So I can do that in addition to pushing myself, right?
In addition, so that puts you up to. So the push makes you neutral. So this is 2 dice. 2 dice. Desperate position for Hunt.
That's a 6.
That is a 6. Incredible. Per the devil's bargain, you sort of pop up, like open this powder, sort of toss the powder up in front of you and flap your wings and hit it. And this blue blast just catches the gentleman, catches Wicker dead in the face. And you watch as there's coughing and just like, and like kind of slow. The rain's kind of slow, but not enough. In this sort of push back, you are going to take a level 1 harm. You are groggy. You will be making rolls at disadvantage. You can make a resistance roll if you would like. To try and resist that.
I would love to make a resistance roll. Remind me how to do that.
So for resistance, you're going to take... I'm going to make this a resolve resist. So you're going to take as many pips as you have on the left-hand side of the line, roll that many dice, and whatever number you get, or you're going to take 6 minus the highest value in
6.
stress. So you roll a 6.
Mm-hmm.
You get no stress.
I got a 2, a 3, and a 6.
Perfect. So you catch a whiff of this trance powder, but you power through it.
Okay, so I rolled Hunt. That's desperate there.
Yes.
Because I rolled for a resistance, is that any XP?
That does not count.
Okay. Excellent.
So you've slowed this gentleman to a crawl and are able to like get out of the way. As the axe beak is kind of still on its pace, but it is not in an active pursuit right now.
Okay. Am I still groggy since I resisted?
You are not groggy because of the resist. You are good. You snap your head out because normally the resist is to avoid harm. You then take stress, so you're good.
Excellent.
Torin, what are you up
Yes.
to? And this will be our last action before we call it a night.
So the orc is still coming toward us. He wasn't affected by the powder, right? It was just
the orc is going away from you, but you just watched.
Nin
Nin
blasted him.
blast some powder in his face, and he's slowing down. You are the closest to the
Wicker.
No,
The panther.
Wicker's the orc on the axe beak. I'll give you the name. This is Brix. Brix is on the panther.
Got it.
So
Okay.
you are the panther is currently on the ground.
I want to slowly go up to the closest one to me is Bricks, right?
Yep.
I want to go to Bricks, and I have not to be trifled with. I can push myself to do one of the following. I'm going to do engage a small gang on equal footing in close combat.
Yeah.
And I can give myself push yourself on that. I'm just going to go up slowly and just go, well, I told you both. This is your decision. What do you want me to tell your family before I kill you? And then I just cock back the glove. I bring all hands down, and then I give him half a second to give me any response before I just bring the explosive fist right to his face.
If you're gonna give him a half a second, he's gonna pull a knife on you.
I'm not then. I'm just gonna go for it then.
You're like, you start talking shit, and then he just like,
Yeah.
you see them reach for a knife, and the fists come down. Go ahead and roll skirmish.
Get him.
You are pushing yourself, so you get a +2. Are you going for the superhuman strength? Because this is kind of a one-on-one fight.
If it's 1-on-1, then that makes most sense. Yeah, I guess I'm not fighting both of them at the same time. So
Correct.
superhuman.
Yeah. So yeah, you can honestly just do this with your regular weapons. You don't even need to push if you don't want to.
I don't care. I just want to.
Okay. Fuck him up.
it. Fuck him up. I rolled a 2, a 4, and a 6.
Ugh. Yeah. Risky position because he did try to pull a knife on you.
Yeah.
But yeah. what happens? What happens to Brix?
As I
Are
walk
you
up,
activating any of the weapons in your?
Oh yeah, it explodes on impact. He is no more if that's how the game works. But I bring my fist up.
With those particular ones, that is a tier 3 wound because he rolled very poorly to resist.
I just cock my fist back. I don't even hesitate. Bring my hand down, and you just hear a click from the glove, and then I just bring my hand down on his face, and just explosion down through and breaks the bedrock behind him.
There's a bang.
Yeah.
That rumbles everything. The panther is now essentially riderless. And as it is now riderless, it kind of like the feet sort of pull back into itself and it settles down into a low crouch as its rider has been dispatched quite swiftly.
Does it look like I can take it?
You could certainly try.
I'm not gonna do that.
We're gonna save that for next time though, because it is 10:40.
Got it.
So I don't know when next we will meet. We will meet up with our companions, but we have mostly escaped the danger for the time being with surprising swiftness. But we will circle back in a few weeks for this.
Exactly.
End of session notes. For XP, at the end of each session, for each item below, mark 1 XP in your playbook or in an attribute. So the playbook is the one up at the top. If you fill that all the way, you get a new special ability. Otherwise, you get you can just put that XP wherever you like. So please feel free to do that. Let me know if you fill up any of those rows, and we will circle back in future. And then for next week on the 13th, I believe that is our regular session, correct?
I do believe so.
Fantastic. Next week will be regular session. And if we're still missing Evan on the 20th and we don't end up doing the one shot, I'm happy to circle back and then start downtime activities for this. So
our next, technically, side quest is supposed to be August 3rd. So
okay.
If we want to switch that so that we're not missing Evan for a main table thing, I believe, Eric, you're out that week, aren't you?
I am out that week.
Would you be able to play on the 3rd?
If I can play on the 3rd, it'll be from my phone. I should be able to, because I think I'm flying to Vegas on Sunday, and I can play from the hotel room off my phone. Just audio will be a little janky.
Okay.
That's okay.
But the 27th is definitely a no-go?
27th, for me, I can do the 27th.
Does anyone have an issue with doing July 27th as a side quest then?
Nope, not
Instead
here.
As the follow up to this game.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I can probably swing that.
I do not have an objection. I'm down.
Okay.
I'll make it work.
Cool. Yeah, we can figure that out. But any quick stars or wishes for this?
Oh, stars,
really good.
Everybody. I love this game. Curtis, you're so great at just like coming up with these little just the interactions and everything. The possible Devil's Bargain is so much fun. Andrew, I'm glad to see you back. And I love the new characters. Torn and Nin are so much fun. The secrets between you two. I'm excited to see what comes out.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
What's the worst that could happen?
It was such a delight seeing Kristoff again. Like, I hate this man so much. I love
Man, I
having
need to start
Andrew
making more
around.
likable characters. I need to start making more likable characters, or just being more likable. I don't know.
You did such a good job, but like, yeah, it's just you can't do anything about it. Christoph tried.
I'm so glad I'm not Harbor anymore, though.
Christoph's whole thing is he just wants to be loved. That's all.
Same, buddy. Big same.
So sad. Just doesn't know how to emote correctly. Yeah, dude. I love. This goes for Alexis's games as well, but I love that it feels like, even though it's only a one shot and we only have so much time, it feels like we could literally do anything. Like I feel like I could have started in any place in this city as Christoph, and it would have been different elements of the story. Like it would have felt different. Like, and like we just chose kind of last minute. Yeah, we're doing this college thing, and then like it worked. So I love that it just feels very. It feels like you have a plan, like kind of where this is going, but also there's like this ad lib component that is just so well done. So yeah, really, and I love that I'm playing with you guys. I'm sorry that it's happening less often these days, but really enjoyed it.
I want to piggyback off of that too. Like you guys be able to think on the fly. X and Curtis, it baffles me every time. Like, how did they think of that so quickly? Because I just made that up just now myself. And then
how quickly can I bullshit something that sounds like an interesting decision?
And you both have that gift, and it's amazing. That's all.
Curtis and I had a several-hour conversation earlier today.
We built this town.
We built this city.
We built this city
in about 2 hours.
Awesome.
The notes here are completely incomprehensible to me. There was a conversation of, hey, this city's not weird enough. What if we made the lava go upside down? And I was like, done. That's it. That's all we gotta do.
It is a really interesting like dichotomy with the city too, where it's like two cities that kind of grew into one another, but like who knows which one is older, and like the cooperation aspect. Like, I mean, me being who I am, like I love that. There's
the one note here
activism at play here.
The one thing was avoid class struggles, because we've done that a lot. So we're like, what can we do differently? And God help you if you fuck with the unions here. They are motherfuckers.
Curtis got so excited about unions.
He's got trade unions.
Yeah, when you said Teamsters, I'm like, oh my.
Yeah, listen, you gotta unionize that shit. You gotta federalize it and make it a publicly available resource. Like it was really fun to play around in a different city and go from that medieval to early industrial, like mid-industrial era of now there's tech. Now there are mechanical steeds that people are riding because this is more common here. Shout out to
Should I drop the art?
Yes, drop the art. Shout out to my boy Robbie, who
freaking Robbie.
Greetings and salutations. I read an entire campaign using Warforged and Modrons, and every single time they were introduced and they said hello, it was greetings and salutations, and that was just. I said that, and every time I said it, people were like, "Ah, fuck, it's a Modron again." So it was like, yes, I get to bring this little snippet in.
Curtis, do you want a kitty?
No, just a kitty. We'll save the other one.
Okay. So, I had done a little art thing forever ago, rolling up some prompts, and so we have mechanical terrariums originally, and Curtis took them and made them dangerous.
They could be cute and friendly, but
yes, so many cool things, and I love getting to see a different aspect of this world that I did not entirely create. Like it makes the world feel more rounded, and like this world lives in my brain, obviously. But even having, like, for me, just having parts of it that I don't know is super fun and exciting. So I love that y'all continue to build into this world in so many fun different ways. Like Christoph deciding to go to the college. I didn't put a college there. I didn't know there was a college until today. Like, until you said about it. Like, that's so cool for me. Because that has so many, like, rippling, like, consequences for the rest of the world.
Mhm.
We gave Kenku's gliders.
That I was
Like,
geeking out over that. I was like, this is so cool. This is
like,
Hey, we
Kenku
can't
wanna
fly. What if
Make
we
him
put,
fly.
what
uh-huh.
if we spat in God's eye and flew anyway?
Literally like
Exactly.
God smited us. Nope. Let's get into it.
Like, it's so good. And then
I want to go here now.
the fact that you looked at us with your ghost vision as soon
Yeah.
as Curtis started responding, I'm like, oh crap. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
As soon as you were like, I want to
Oh.
use my ghost powers, I was like, there is no way you can't see this. You must know.
Like
You-
I expected like Torin, something's gonna happen if you're just fighting constantly. Nin, I'm staying away from you. I'm
Nin's
like
got
I'm
a
keeping
high-
Kristoff like, come on, we don't need to deal with this.
I like
Yeah.
how that. What an
The
incredible
contrast.
bait and switch.
Mine was so brutal, and then you got Nin just all of them. There's
Nin's got a
30 of them.
stack.
There's a stack.
Stacks on sticks.
Stacks on stack.
Well, good game, guys. I'm gonna go
Yes.
sleep.
Good
Yes.
game. That was
Thank you all
awesome.
for being
Thank you.
here.
And
Thank you
we'll
for being
s-
amazing.
Thank you, Curtis.
We'll see
Yeah,
y'all
absolutely.
next week for
See y'all next week.
standard game. Craig, go home.
Goodbye,
Good night,
Craig Ward. Good night, everybody.
All right,
Good
take it easy.
night.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.